This is not what I want.
This is not what I planned.
And I just gotta say,
I do not understand.
thank you. My headphones have gone out again. So that was like, I think I started to sing and they went out. And I thought my horrible voice has just cancelled out all audio equipment. So fair. It's like a dog whistle.
It's broken everything. Wait, are they back now?
No.
Or? I don't know what to do. Maybe they've come out of the...
I'm so happy for them if they come out. Like Rochelle at the Selling Sunset reunion.
Oh my God.
Full circle.
Wild.
Is it between my legs?
It might be. But if it's between your legs, I can't imagine that it would.
Anyway, sorry. Hi. Welcome to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast. I'm just fondling myself.
Is it fixed? No.
No.
Has it come out there?
No, it's still plugged in there.
Introduce our guest.
Okay. All right. While Nick does this. Okay. So today we have the amazing, fantastic... There's a lot going on right now.
Oh, is that?
What's that?
Is that? Does that need
That-
to be plugged in?
No. That's for a fourth microphone.
Oh.
But yours?
Just so for everyone listening, Nick has his finger in a hole.
It's not the first time. I don't know what to do. Should I just not have headphones?
I don't know. I don't know what you should be able to...
For audio listeners, this is very erotic. This is
Now
the
Maddie
closest I've
has
ever
her
come to
finger.
sexual intercourse with a woman.
Maddie has her finger in the same hole that Nick had his finger in.
Best friends share.
I don't know what to think of that. But.
I can't...
Oh, it's
Is yours back?
one side is back, but the other side's.
What about now?
Okay, that's good. That's good. We're back. I'm back. Are you back?
Kind of. Yes, I'm back.
Oh,
Completely?
Wait, you talk.
hello,
Yeah, okay.
Nicolas.
Ooh, what a
Wow.
journey.
Oh my gosh, are we starting again, or are we just gonna?
I'll just cut around it.
Okay, anyway, so Jordan's here.
Yay!
It's true.
Our
Thank you.
amazing-
I mean, sorry.
Best friend guest ever.
I feel like Maddie sabotaged me this episode.
Did I? Or did you sabotage yourself?
I mean, hi, Jordan. Thank you so much for being here. Jordan,
Thank you guys so much for having me.
the Jordan, the K Creative.
Guys, I mean, I don't want to, like, I do have a lot of fun on this podcast.
She's like, I'm forced to be here.
It's like, you pan over and there's like someone holding a gun to my head.
Really?
No, I'm here by choice. I love it. I literally, I actually have been pestering Nick in the DMs to do an episode about Selling Sunset.
So not true. It's been a group effort.
We absolutely love having you here. We're always very excited for you to come on and talk shit with us because favorite pastime.
right?
Right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Very that.
Nick's like, he's done. He's like, all
I'm
right.
processing things,
finished
okay?
with this episode.
No, Jordan, from the podcast, Master Success, which is one of my
Yes.
favorite podcasts.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I'm thrilled to be here. I have so much fun with you guys. And like I always say on the podcast, so my podcast, if you don't know, it's like confidence, mindset, goal setting, habits, all of that kind of thing. But at the end of the podcast, there's like a portion of the podcast called Guilty Pleasures. And like I always like to talk about guilty pleasures because I have a lot of them. And
Love that.
one of my biggest guilty pleasures is pop culture and reality TV.
Oh,
so
As it should be.
being here really feels like coming home.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. I love that.
It's so poetic. No, move closer. You might be able to
Oh,
hear
I was like, what are you... Jordan's speaking. Stop touching me.
I thought he wanted to hold hands.
Yeah. I
don't know
thought he
whether
wanted me to
it's
lean
I
on
was
his
like,
jacket.
oh, they're so cute. Like cute besties holding hands while podcasting.
it. No, I wouldn't hold her hand after her fingers have been in holes.
That hurts my feelings.
No, so to recap the chaotic intro just now,
Right.
Maddie sabotaged me and unplugged my headphones and microphone before starting on purpose. She put a pin under my pillow. And I will say, it's not the first time I've had a small prick in my ass.
You were working on that one, weren't you? You
I
were
was.
waiting. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
You set me up, but really you just set me up for a punchline. But no, I think it's all sorted now.
that's
We
so
might have
funny.
more technical issues, but who knows?
Well, we hopefully not.
I mean, we have mental issues, so why not technical ones too?
Just throw it in, right?
Also, even this podcast with as many technical issues as you possibly can have is still going to have better quality audio than my podcast. So
No, yours is good. You record on your laptop, right?
yeah.
It's good.
Oh, thanks.
You
And
go back to us recording from like my bedroom.
I just get so up in
Sound
my
like Darth
microphone. I just get so up in that bitch.
Love it. That's
My
what
mouth
you've got
is
to.
like on top of it. I'm like, hey guys.
Like fully just like,
Literally.
You're living the radio host life.
Literally.
Ignore Nicholas. No, that's what
God.
you've got to,
Gotta what?
in my opinion. Get close to the
But
mic.
then I'm like,
That's how you feel.
why do my peas pop? Weird.
Literally me though. I'm literally like bad at this.
No, you're not.
I'm bad at the technical stuff. Anyway, let's
The chaos has started.
yeah.
I mean,
so
it
for the
had
elephant in the
already,
room this
but-
week.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I had one written down. The elephant in the room this week.
Harry Styles released a new album and it's iconic.
I have not listened yet.
Okay, well,
But I'm going to see him in February.
so are we!
No.
Yes!
Oh my God.
We're gonna have seats right next
the
to
Gold
each other.
Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh,
my
iconic.
Oh my gosh.
We were tossing it up
obviously
all
have to
day
travel
during the
down
pre-sales because we had tickets to the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had the pre-sales to this one, and all day we were like, "Why are the base tickets $200?"
Yeah, so expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
But we ended up committing.
I mean, I went to his last concert when he was in Brisbane, and I will say 100% worth it. He has
did we.
incredible charisma, stage presence.
Yeah.
like,
Charisma
oh my God.
units.
So true. So true.
He's just amazing.
He was very, very
accurate.
good.
We
Yeah.
were like, why we're so, because it's a stadium. I mean, I don't know where you bought tickets for, but we're not really big into the mosh pit standing
No,
situation.
absolutely fucking
yeah.
not. My friend asked me, she's like, do you want standing or sitting? I'm like, are you even asking me that? Sitting, please.
Right?
I went standing for Ariana Grande. Biggest regret of my life.
Oh, really?
I think we've just been to all the same concerts.
Yeah, we went to Ariana.
Ariana and Harry were in the same year.
We were sitting
Yeah.
for that though, and that concert was weird.
It was weird.
It was so like low.
And Taylor was that year too.
Yeah.
Was she?
It was all in one year.
You just interrupted us having a very deep and meaningful conversation.
No, but I was standing for that,
weird.
and it was awful in standing. And like, I'm so sad because Ariana Grande is one of my all-time favorite like artists.
Yeah.
And like, I was just in standing with like a bunch of 12-year-olds. They were like stepping everywhere. Like, there was just, I hated it, and it was like my first time standing at a concert as well. And I'm like, well, I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
And then I was sitting for Harry Styles, and it was.
I mean, yeah,
chef's kiss.
they call it sitting, but really you're standing up. most of the
Yeah,
time anyway.
exactly.
Just not
Jiggling.
running into everybody.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You're
And you
standing
can't
in your own
sit,
little square.
Yeah,
literally,
exactly.
which I much prefer.
Tea.
Right. Anyway, so we chucked the shits because we were like, why are we going to pay $200 to be in the grandstands in a stadium which is so far away from the stage? And then eventually we were like,
It's worth
well,
it.
It's worth it for
we're doing
Harry.
it. Yeah, exactly.
So worth it for Harry. Yeah, same. I'm so
Yeah.
excited that we're all going to that concert.
We definitely all need to be traveling down together,
Yes.
is my opinion.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I didn't like As It Was as a
The song, yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was too similar to his old stuff and kind of boring. So I was like, do I even want to go to the concert? But then we bought tickets and the album came out yesterday, and I'm so glad we got tickets because the album's amazing.
Okay, I got to
album
listen
is-
to the
it's
album on the way
good.
home.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, listeners, look out next week. We're going to do a deep dive.
Yes.
Can I zoom in?
Yes, you can. Yes.
No, the elephant in the room this week is
that not it?
No, it's you know how last week I made a promise on the podcast that I wouldn't tweet about Big Brother?
Oh my
Vaguely.
gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up tweeting about Big Brother.
No one's
You're back in
surprised.
the Big Brother live tweeting community.
Back in the Big Brother live tweeting community.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's not a choice. I have no say over it. But I didn't bully anyone.
And did they bully you?
No, last year I bullied people.
Hey, you got to be ruthless.
It looks.
Yeah.
If cyberbullying is what gets the retweets.
Come on.
No, I wasn't mean. I was mean to the bad people on the show, the ones that are like
Is
sexist,
it like
homophobes.
the like all stars? So we've got like
Yeah.
Drew and is it Tully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like
I'm gonna have to
half
Old people.
originals, half new people.
I mean, who even gives a shit about the new people?
So true.
Or
really
or are
fair.
they making it like interesting?
No, it's not. It's only interesting because it creates a 50-50 divide.
Yeah, I feel like I just want, if we could just bring back the entire cast of Big Brother 2012.
Oh my
that's
god.
all I want.
Literally.
That's all I want. The one with Josh, Estelle.
Layla.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was the best season.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it's Layla
Oh
lives
my
rent-free in my
gosh,
head.
literally. And Ben,
Ben was the best. So yeah, that's I didn't tweet about anyone. I didn't cyberbully anyone.
so proud of you.
There's not really any. The only homophobic
It's only been a week.
shitty person there was like gone first.
Good riddance.
But no, it was about there's like 2 romance stories happening, and I just don't give a fuck. You know, so I tweeted.
I mean, who wants romance on the reality TV unless it's about romance? To be
Me,
fair.
the biggest fan of Love Island on planet Earth.
But that
I mean,
show's
that's
about
fair.
it.
Yeah, it's about it. That's fair. That's fair.
If I know going in it's about romance, I'm
Yeah,
there for it. But when
exactly.
there's more interesting things happening,
Right?
kind of pales. But anyway.
Yeah. Totally agree. Okay.
So the Elephant in the Room
moving
is
on from that.
I already failed.
No one is surprised at
You're
all.
forgiven.
It's true. Thank you.
Jordan's so much nicer to me. I'm like, you're a little bitch. We all saw that coming. Jordan's like, it's okay, sweetie.
I mean, I don't know where I'm somewhere in between that. Anyway, no, today's episode is an interesting one.
It's going to be a great one.
We are going to do a little pop culture catch up, and then we're going to do a big old Selling Sunset season 5 recap.
Woo!
I'm so excited. Yes! I'm like clapping along with it.
Got to get in the mood.
I love when Maddie does the sound effects because it's always just out of sync.
Oh, is it really?
It's like, cheer now. And there's like a 3-second delay of you like trying to figure out
I think it kind of adds to it though.
Yeah,
I like it.
the comedic timing is
Yeah.
impeccable.
Yeah, exactly. So what's news in pop culture this week?
Yeah, I got nothing. Harry's album came out. That's all I know.
What did I see? I saw on Twitter. Okay, so everyone's apparently they released like a behind the scenes making of Harry Styles, the new album. It was like a Twitter moment.
Was it?
Yeah, and
I mean,
the
I
Twitter
wouldn't
moment
know.
was about the fact that the fans are obsessed with Harry's mustache that he grew. Right?
One would assume that he did grow his own mustache, yes.
I'm gonna fight you. But no, the Twitter
Do you need to
moment
answer?
had like
Is it all right?
a video, and I just want to show you because it made me cackle, and it was completely out of context and stuff. But anyway, so he has a mustache. The video started.
Is this the video? Right. I don't know. Let's wait and see.
What does it look like in this Twitter moment? With his mustache.
Oh, no!
Okay, with his mustache. So this is a Twitter moment.
Oh, Harry. Oh. That's really unfortunate.
Out of context,
really
it looks like Harry has a mustache and he's Heiling Hitler.
It does.
Oh gosh.
Clearly, in context, he's just at a show, like waving at the crowd or something.
But the angle of the photo as well
Yeah.
is too perfect. I feel like you could really get that really famous photo of Hitler doing it and put it side by side.
Yeah.
The angle
True.
is the exact same. It's just it's uncanny.
And it's the fact that it's
I can't believe that's what they
Canada
chose. Yeah.
that chose to put that picture as the first 5 seconds
Oh,
of the
come
first
on.
video in this Twitter moment. Completely unawares. I don't
What
know.
a choice.
That
What a
just
choice.
cracked
That's
me up.
100% something I would do.
Go
For
off.
sure. I accidentally, for one of my clients, I
no.
posted a photo the other day. I didn't even realize it was just like some worker doing something using the products. And I absolutely had no idea because I was so focused on picking the photo with the right angle so you could see the hands using the product.
Yeah.
Completely missed the fact that he had a massive hole in his pants and you could see his undies. I know,
Iconic.
the CEO of the company texted me and she was like, Maddie, crop that photo. I was like, fuck, whoops.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that is something
so-
that I would do as well.
Yeah,
I
right.
really relate to you on that.
Yeah, so easy. I was too focused on other things. Okay, yeah, anyway.
So no, yeah, that made me giggle this morning.
That's fair. That's fair. Taylor Swift got a fake doctorate this week. Mm-hmm. That was a bit wild.
What for?
I think it was in fine arts.
She did the graduation speech at a big university in America.
Yeah.
I mean, I do
And
think
anyone
that's
who
cool
does that
because
gets an
if
honorary one.
I was a student and they whipped out Taylor Swift for my graduate,
Yeah.
I would love that. However, this is just my personal opinion. I don't think they should get a doctorate because, like,
Yeah.
when I first went to uni, I started studying psychology, and the goal with that was to get a doctorate. So I could have a doctorate of psychology. I could be a registered psychologist. That's like 6 years minimum.
Yeah.
Usually 8 years is the timeline.
Yeah.
8 years of study plus thousands upon thousands upon
Yeah.
thousands of dollars in hex debt, hundreds of hours of free work because you have to do supervised study, which is literally working for free for God knows how many hours to get a doctorate. And then they just hand them out willy-nilly. Like, I'm pretty sure freaking
it's
doesn't
true.
Snoop Dogg have one or something like that? Like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure,
mean,
like...
I think they're technically honorary doctorates. So, like, if you're putting
I mean,
as
do
your
they need
title
it, though?
anywhere, it has
Do
to
they
say
need it?
Right.
HNR or something. Like,
Whack.
it's not just a normal doctor.
As if they need extra praise.
Right.
There's no, yeah, there's no
And
reason for
I'm a
it.
Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie. I love it.
I totally agree.
Love that girl.
Yeah, but there is
But-
no reason for it. But
This reminds me of a conversation I had with Mum. I think I talked about it here on the podcast.
I was gonna say your mum is vindicated.
Well, yeah, we were talking about Taylor Swift and her masters, and I was
like
when she was re-recording
re-recording
her
her
albums,
songs, so
yeah.
she had ownership of her masters.
and Mum was like, I was trying to explain to Mum why she was doing it, and I was like, well, because they took her masters off her, and Mum was like, but why does she need it? Like, she didn't do anything for it. I was like, no, like, she recorded all of her own songs. And Mum's like, oh, we're not talking about the university degree. I was like, no,
Oh my
the
gosh.
albums.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
bless.
so.
Bless.
But then she did get a doctorate. For
But
doing
then she
nothing,
did,
so
yeah,
your
she
mum
got a
was
fake one,
vindicated.
yep.
Your mum manifested it.
She did.
She did. I'll tell her.
She spoke it into existence.
I will, yep.
That's what we talk about on Mess to Success.
The power that she has.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a little Star Wars nerd, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch
Interesting.
the Obi-Wan Kenobi show?
I think I will. I actually kind of fell off with Star Wars a little bit because it became one of those things of like, you know when you say like, oh, I like owls. And then all of a sudden you get an owl necklace, an owl bracelet, you get an owl t-shirt. It was a little bit like that. And like I just became the Star Wars girl. And then I felt a little bit, it was imposter syndrome. I'm like, I'm not a big enough fan to have this much shit. Like I literally felt like, oh my God, I've got all of the Star Wars merch. And then I'm like, am I a real fan? Like I got imposter syndrome. And I was like,
my
I mean, I love
goodness.
the movies, but like I just had, so I kind of had to cool down. I had to kind of ebb that out of my
Yeah.
personality.
Iconic.
Look, that's the micro obsession lifestyle that I've been
Oh my gosh.
living with since
Literally.
like age 4.
Literally. And then like someone who I haven't seen in a while, they'll bring up a micro obsession I had like 7 micro obsessions ago. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I don't really
that's
talk
no
about that
longer a
anymore.
thing.
But you know, I liked it while I did it. But no,
Yeah.
I do love Star Wars. And I think I will watch it because if they're bringing back Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen,
T.
It's so
I am
true.
there for that.
Yeah.
I am absolutely there for that. I will watch it, and I just hope if they bring back Hayden Christensen, am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen, yeah. I want him to look like the way he looked in the 3rd movie
Like all mangled.
before that.
Or
Like
hot?
like hot. Yeah. That was his
Yeah.
hottest
I'm hoping
movie.
there's flashbacks so we get to see hot Hayden Christensen.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like, but like right before he went like dark mode. You know how he's like starting to get all like messy. He's got the cut and his
Kind of get a
hair's a
little
bit
emo. Yeah.
delicious. People are like, why'd you like Star Wars so much when you were 18?
Is that even a
Hello.
question?
For hot emo boys.
Come on.
Yeah, so fair. I mean, okay, well, do you guys, you've got a micro obsessive personality too, don't you?
Yeah.
Less so than me.
I would say it's different than yours, but yeah.
Okay. So quirky. I remember my very first micro obsession ever was bananas in pajamas. When I was like 3.
Interesting.
I wasn't
Nice.
able to go anywhere without having the bananas in pajamas mask on my head.
Mine was the Wiggles.
Wow.
Fair.
Yeah, that was
High five.
Oh
High five,
my god,
mine.
I was Charlie.
High five.
I had a
Ah,
oh my god,
mood, absolute
Charlie.
mood. I actually very, very recently, like 1 month ago, was like, you know what? I want to go through the High Five discography.
So fair.
And I did, and it was a fucking fantastic time.
So good.
So good. Listening to like, I found the album that we used to
I used to
have
have-
that would play all the time.
Was it
in
on
the
your
car.
Walkman?
No, well, pre that.
Pre iPods, pre iPhones,
Pre Walkman. This is in the car.
everything.
And
Wow.
it was,
Walkmans
wow.
have been around since the 80s.
I didn't have one because I was young.
Wow.
I do remember my first ever Walkman that I got. It got stolen from the house. I know. Someone robbed the house.
Someone broke into your
What?
house and stole a single Walkman.
They actually stole my school bag, which had my Walkman in it.
Why did
Oh
they break
my
into your house and steal a
gosh.
school bag?
I mean, they stole a bunch of other stuff. I assume the school bag was to like put things into, and
I mean,
it
that's
just so
fucked up
happened
though.
that-
Like, as if you're not fucking over a family enough. They're like, they have a daughter. Cool. Let's steal
Yeah.
a school bag.
right? Yeah, that was devastating. Anyway, so then that was the Walkman gone. And why did we get onto this? We just
Wild.
bring up my childhood trauma.
Micro obsessions.
Yeah, so
Let's
true.
unpack more trauma. Let's do it.
I mean,
Wait, now I'm thinking of all my micro obsessions. It went from bananas and pajamas and high five to Bob the Builder.
I was never a big fan of Bob the Builder.
This is... I shouldn't...
Do you have a controversial Bob the Builder take?
No. It's a weird Bob the Builder take.
Okay.
When
You
I was a
wanna fuck
child... No.
Lauren's like, let me just think
when
about
I was
this.
a child, I really had a fascination with like the background set of Bob the Builder, and I
So
really
fair.
fantasized about eating it. It's so weird. It's so
Eating
weird.
it.
Interesting.
I just had like
It looks a little Play-Doh-y.
I had the urge to take a bite from like the trees.
Take a
and
bite, take a bite.
Interesting.
Sour candy.
For a specific reason, just because it was like...
It just looked yummy. It just
Do you think
looked
it's because it's kind of
tasty.
claymation-y?
Yes.
So it looked like Play-Doh, and every kid
Yeah.
has a stage where they
Oh
wanna
yeah,
eat
no,
Play-Doh.
I was a Play-Doh eater. Yeah. No, I love salty food. So homemade Play-Doh,
Fair.
bon appetit.
One appetite.
Bon appetit, baby. Give me that salty
more like-
ass Play-Doh.
More like Bob Appetit.
Yeah,
as
Bob
the Builder.
appetit, bitch. No, I was a huge Play-Doh eater. Loved it.
Wild.
Yeah, no, big time. Like I would even eat it at like kindy and stuff. Like the teacher would leave the room and I'd be like, yum. I loved it. It was just so salty. Delicious.
Remind us not to go to her house for dinner.
Oh my god. See, I shouldn't have brought it up. I got
No
weird.
judgment.
No judgment.
I got weird.
I
No
got
judgment,
weird.
though.
I let it out.
No, no,
I was
this is
never
a wholesome
a Play-Doh
environment.
eater. I've always been someone that's with like a sensitivity to smells, and Play-Doh had too strong of a smell
Well-
for me to even play with, let alone eat.
When I say Play-Doh, I don't mean the commercial stuff. That
That's
stuff
fair.
that didn't taste nice.
The homemade at home,
homemade
yeah.
Play-Doh tasted delicious.
I mean, what's not to love? Carbs and salt,
So
sugar,
true.
Literally,
So
colors.
true.
so good.
So true.
All
I very
that, but no.
recently actually made Play-Doh with one of the...
Do you still have it?
Can I have some?
Bring that out for dessert.
No, I made it with one of the kids I babysit for.
Jordan's tummy starts to grumble.
I'm a little peckish.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, we shouldn't be bullying you on our. On,
No, we're not bullying. We're encouraging.
I know it's unhinged, so it's fine. Bully.
I
all
mean,
you
it's
want.
not. It's literally so normal for a toddler to want to eat Play-Doh.
Thank you.
So
I mean, I wouldn't say that
And
I
then get the urge to eat the Bob the Builder set. It's so weird, but it's true. Like every time I watched it, I was like,
I mean, it's
take a
very
bite.
like Candyland, happy. Like
Yeah,
That's what
bright colors.
I always
and-
thought that the trees in Bob the Builder looked like ice cream, and I just wanted to
Interesting.
take a little bite.
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair.
That I have
Were you
a lot
ever
of
obsessed
curiosity.
with the Bob the Builder version of Mambo Number 5?
No, I don't.
I think we talked about this in one of our first episodes.
You might have.
Was it an
remember
ad that
it?
they played on the ABC?
They used to play it in the ad breaks.
I think. Okay, now it's coming back to me. Oh my gosh, you've just done
2,
it.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Oh my
Everybody's
god.
outside and the village yard.
Oh my
around the
God.
corner, the gang's all here, and it's time for us to do what we wanna.
We sang that at my preschool, like
That's
fate.
lit.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god, memories
Your
unlocked.
preschool
There's
Yeah.
a house
was
with a roof
iconic.
that leaks. It's a messy job, and it'll take us weeks.
I don't know why you're looking at me as if you expect me to join
Because
in.
I thought you knew it.
I don't know the words.
With Muck, Dizzy, and Wendy too.
You have an incredible memory.
My brother used
Obsessive.
to have a scoop, you know, the yellow dinosaur thing. He had a
Dinosaur.
well, I don't know. He had the
Truck.
toy version of that.
Put some respect on his name.
Anyway, and he left it out in the backyard. This is when we lived on a farm, and Mum accidentally drove over it with a tractor and squished it. This was honestly probably 20 years ago.
I think that's
He's
called Vor.
never forgiven her.
Oh my
Like he
gosh.
still will bring it up. He had a scoop cake one year, and so for his birthday, and so every year since then, every birthday, he's like, Mum, scoop cake. Do you remember that time you ran over my toy and
Iconic.
ruined it? My life,
so
ruined
funny.
my life.
I went camping one time as a kid, and to like beach camping on Fraser Island. And I took my scoop, my Dizzy, and a toy from something else.
Dizzy was my favorite.
Same,
Yeah.
right?
And I was burying them in the sand,
Oh no!
and I lost one. And I've still never forgotten about it.
Was it Dizzy?
I think it was Scoop. R.I.P.
I mean, that's sad, but at least it wasn't Dizzy.
It wasn't Dizzy.
Statistically, it seems like Scoop is the one who keeps getting,
Mauled.
munched and
So
crunched.
fair.
Wow. Okay, so
you remember Postman
we're
Pat?
25 minutes in.
I loved Postman Pat.
Postman Pat. Postman Pat.
Postman
I don't
Pat
know
was
those
black and
words.
white cat.
Yeah,
So good.
Early in the morning.
I don't know the words.
Well, what about was it Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men?
Bill and Ben, the flower pot men, playing in the garden with all of their friends. I dressed up as Bill and Ben
iconic
for Halloween when I was
So
like
good.
19.
I loved that show.
I was really big on
Good
Play School.
taste. Do you remember Nobby? Do
Yeah.
No.
you remember Nobby? Nobby?
I feel like I do. What about Broom? Did you guys ever watch
Yes.
Broom?
Oh, it's so
Fuck
good. Yes.
Brom continues to haunt me.
And like just the title sequence of
Yeah.
him just like driving around. He's like turns on his car and you just get excited. You're like, this shit's about to pop off.
It's like a 20-minute episode and 10 minutes of the episode is the
Literally.
intro of him just driving around and all the townsfolk dancing with their umbrellas
I
and
don't
shit.
even
the
remember
only
what the
thing I
sake of that
remember.
show was. Did he talk?
I don't think so.
I don't remember, but it was a great
I think
show.
he solved like crimes.
Oh,
That's
love that
not
for him.
true
Mysteries.
at all.
Didn't he? Oh.
I don't think that's true.
No, because he was like trying to solve problems. I don't know.
Either way, I
It's
loved
a
him.
car.
Yeah, so.
Anyway.
He communicated with his headlights.
Exactly.
And you think you can solve crimes like that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a kids show.
Broom walked so that the Cars franchise could run.
Iconic.
Hey.
Now I have to look it up.
Lightning McQueen who?
Brom.
Okay, so
Broom
you know how like
plot.
people have like crushes on cartoon characters?
Okay, I'm intrigued to hear where this is going to go.
I did have a crush on Lightning McQueen.
I thought you were going to say Brum. I
Oh
was like,
fuck no!
do you have like a penchant for like middle-aged
Oh
British
no
men?
no! But Lightning McQueen, on the other hand,
so fair. He
Lightning
was
I don't
cool.
know, there was something about it. like-
He was-
I think
was
it's-
cool.
I think it's a lot to do with Owen Wilson's voice.
yeah,
So
but
fair.
also like I don't know, something about him being a race car driver. I was like, oh, okay.
Did you like all the junk in his trunk?
I did apparently.
I have, okay, this is like vaguely TMI, but also who the fuck cares?
Are you about to tell us about the first time you jerked off to like
Close.
Bob the Builder?
Massive competency kink. So I feel like liking Lightning McQueen because he's one of those like professional, actual, really good at what he does. Is like one of the
Don't nod
main
along like that
reasons
makes
why,
any sense.
Why I would have
I'm
been
nodding.
into him.
Don't
yeah.
nod like she's
nodding.
being reasonable.
I'm not in.
What age? This came out when we were like 7.
Oh, sure. I didn't realize
And
back
you were like,
then that I was
yes,
kinky.
king, you're a pro at racing. I am hashtag horny for you.
Exactly.
That was the appeal, though.
Right?
That he was good.
Right?
I thought it was that he
See?
had too big of an ego that he got knocked back down and had to go to Radiator Springs.
That's,
Yeah, I mean, that was nice.
Stuff back
But
up.
I'll be honest, like the first scene where he's like racing around and he's like, "Speed, I am speed." Little 7-year-old me, I was like, "Something about it.
This is hot.
Something about it."
Okay, anyway, Brum just
I'm not
got
one
up
to
to
judge.
general
I have weird cartoon
adventures.
crushes too. So
What it
is
says.
what?
He just got up to general adventures
Yeah, no crime solving.
out into big town when his owner isn't looking.
Not big town.
Big town.
That's what I call my genitals.
Oof. Well, at least
What if there
it's-
was a generation iddles? Like Gen Z, millennials, and genitals.
Zelenidals.
Zillennials.
I
think they should let us name generations from now on.
I think actually maybe you should not be allowed a public platform at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't silence us.
Freedom of speech.
I will not be silenced. I will scream from the rooftops about Broom
So fair.
and Lightning McQueen and eating
So
Play-Doh
fair.
and wanting to eat the set of Bob the Builder.
I get that. though.
fair.
I still
I've
get that.
shared a
I think
lot
that's weird.
in this episode. I've
gotten
gotten
deep.
real comfortable.
That's what we've shared worse. Don't worry.
That's so
I
true.
can always guarantee you we've shared worse.
That's accurate. Okay, so it's 30 minutes now, and you know we haven't talked about
Okay,
pop
but we
culture
got
at
to
all.
talk about pop culture and Selling Sunset.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
let's just go
they're coming
straight-
out with a true crime special. Sorry, the
Who's
coffee's coming
they?
back up.
Who's they?
Discovery Plus is coming out with a
the
true crime.
fuck
Discovery
is
Channel is
Discovery
coming out
Plus?
with a true crime special on Armie Hammer and his oil tycoon family.
Stop it! Really? That's
I'm very
iconic.
excited for it.
I'm like worried that the producers and showrunners are just going to start going missing. And
So true.
I don't think it's in it. I think they're investigating his crimes.
no, but that's what I mean. And then the family, you know, oh, the show's not going anymore
I
because
see.
the head of production
Dead.
mysteriously passed away. That's what I don't know. That
There was
family
nothing
just
left of
gives
his
me those
body.
vibes.
All the meat was gone off it.
Oh my god! Stop
Oh my
it.
gosh! Oh my gosh!
Wait, I still have. Okay. Do we have anything else to say about Armie Hammer?
No.
Although I do. I have something.
Oh my God.
Back when all the Armie Hammer news was coming out, there were all these leaks and rumors that the LA Times had a massive expose coming out. And every day they were like, my sources are saying the LA Times article comes out tomorrow. Never came out.
Yeah, that's
They
disappointing.
just blueballed us.
I am continuing on with my theory.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Something happened
this
there.
is proving
I think,
credence to
aren't they like a
Jordans.
pretty powerful family, though?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, they were like one of the richest families in America back.
But you know what? He kind of has a face that looks like old money, though.
It's true.
He has
Like
a
in
very
Gossip,
punchable
he
way
was
he, like,
so
holds
well
himself.
cast in Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
So well cast.
So was Sebastian Stan.
Oh, Sebastian Stan.
Right. Oh,
So
God,
good.
he's so hot. Did you see Fresh with, what's her name, Daisy Edgar Jones? It was on
No.
Disney Plus. Oh, my God.
It's really good.
Queen.
It's like a light thriller.
I'll have to check it out.
It was balls to the wall.
Wait,
insane.
actually, I think someone told me about this. Oh my gosh. Yes, I've been told about this and how Sebastian Stan's character is like cooked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally and
Other characters are
figuratively.
being cooked. But
Yes.
I didn't.
Hannibal, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to check it out.
He's extremely hot in that. And we don't need to judge that.
He's like eating humans, and I'm like, yes, daddy.
Exactly. Okay, anyway, Selling Sunset now.
No.
Oh, I've tried, Jordan. I tried.
I don't think. Have either of you watched Heartstopper?
No.
Okay, well, you both suck absolute balls. But it just got renewed for 2 more seasons.
2 more
I have heard
seasons,
it's good though,
wow.
and I've heard that there's really good LGBT plus representation. So
It's about that.
wow, here I am being like, I've heard it's got really good
You know,
representation.
I heard the TV show Brum has cars.
has car representation.
British representation.
Oh my god.
So 2 more seasons, and if that's not like convincing enough to go watch it, in the middle of Netflix cancelling everything because of their financial troubles, and Heartstopper gets renewed for 2 more seasons,
We love to see it.
you have to know it's high quality. Although,
I just can't at all feel bad for Netflix after the whole 30 million per
can you come
season
this way, or you're not going to be in the
Stranger
video?
Things episode.
Well, you found out this week
Oh no.
they're releasing
Was it
season
40
4.
million.
Well, season 4 comes out next week.
Does it?
Season 4, part 1. There's 9 episodes in the season. Instead of splitting it 5-4 or something, they're releasing 7 episodes next week
Oh fuck's
and
sake.
2 episodes a month later.
You're talking about Stranger
any
Things,
sense.
right?
Yeah. Like, what is that split? And then the last episode is 2 hours long,
Oh, that's so annoying.
and most episodes are an hour.
That
and a
makes
half.
me feel sick.
Oh my god.
And the budget for each episode was 30 million.
Which is more than Game of Thrones. And I thought
Yeah.
the budget for Game of Thrones was insane, which was like, what, 6
14
million?
million.
Oh, there we go. Maybe earlier
It's double.
seasons were
And they don't even
It's
have to
insane.
recreate like medieval sets.
literally.
It's absurd.
Speaking of
absurd.
though, I did see a clip. Oh, I do have pop culture things that I can talk about. I can have 2 things. Number one,
Go, you do more than Maddie.
The brutality, but
I
the
saw
honesty.
a clip of Millie Bobby Brown, and I don't know if it was at the premiere or at an award show. I genuinely
Is this with the bangs?
yeah, she was
blonde
looking
hair.
so cute, like, and
Giving
the
me
whole
Hannah
cast was there,
Montana.
Yeah.
and
Giving Hannah Montana.
yeah, I think she's like rocking it though. She really
She
is. I
is.
thought
She's
she
an
looked
icon.
beautiful. And the whole cast was getting a photo, and they were all standing there, and she was kind of at the front, and she was trying to like squeeze in so she could go towards the back of the photo. And someone's filming her, and she's like motioning with her hands to kind of like get in between them. And one of the paparazzi yells out, "You're being attention seeking, or you're trying so hard."
Oof.
David Arbor went off.
Oh,
He was like,
iconic.
"That is so rude," and like I saw it on TikTok, of course. And he's like, "That is so rude. Like, why would you say that?" And I
Yeah,
was just
love
like,
that.
and then I was reading the comments of this TikTok, and it really is so crazy how people turned on a 12-year-old girl so fast, like for being attention seeking or trying too hard. It's like, hello, she's a 12-year-old in drama.
I think
She's a theater kid.
She's like
she's
19
18
now.
now.
Well, that's but
Back
back
then.
then,
Still, yeah,
what
fair.
I mean is
People
like,
immediately attacked her when the first season came out. For no
literally,
reason.
that's what
Yeah,
I mean.
it was
I'm like,
wild.
I mean, now it's different. Like, she's an adult now. Like, of course, like,
Yeah.
hold her, like, say what you will. I mean, I think she's great. But
She hasn't
back
done anything
then-
problematic.
Yeah.
The most problematic thing she's done is doing a review for a
Yeah.
skincare brand and
and
pretending
faking
to
it.
put the products on.
Yeah.
And that's
Which
not
is
even
funny.
problematic.
It's
That's
just
the
funny.
funniest shit I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
But it just makes me so sad that like it was so accepted
Yeah.
to vilify a
Literally
12-year-old,
why? Like-
12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old every fucking year. She
Yeah.
got crucified for being
Yeah.
attention seeking, for talking over the top of the others. She's a theater kid. Hello.
Yeah.
It costs $0 to not hate women for no reason.
Literally.
Oh yeah, it's
It's just
Literally.
Oof.
crazy.
Poor girl. Honestly, I
Yeah.
do like. I feel like just growing up. This is like the first. They're the first generation to be famous with social media.
Yeah.
So you've got to be like, what's that like
Oh my
doing
gosh.
to them? And I know that like tabloids were really, really bad
I saw
20 years ago and whatever. But that
You can
constant
choose
like
not to see that though.
Yeah.
Whereas social media, it really
it's like it's there.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. It just pops
Yeah.
up.
I saw the other day a little mini documentary about the first generation of YouTubers.
Oh yeah.
The ones probably that we all watched, or maybe
Yeah.
not you, because you weren't really pop culture literate back then. Just coming for you.
I did watch
But-
20 minutes of the Dan Howell one, which I do
haven't
intend to
watched
watch
it yet.
all of yet.
But basically they're saying it's been about 10 to 13-ish years since the first YouTubers kind of rose up. And we're just now seeing what the results of being
Yeah.
internet famous is.
Yeah.
Truly. And they use like Michelle Fan. Do you remember Michelle Fan?
Yeah, I don't remember her, but I.
She was like the first beauty YouTuber.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Well, they basically used her as an example. She was massive, multi-millionaire because of all this. And they're like, followed her career, and after reaching the peak of fame, I think in 2016, she stopped making videos, and then came back for a little bit, and then left, and then came back and left, and now it turns out she's in a cult.
Whack.
Yeah, and it's because she kept having these mental breakdowns because of
Yeah.
the pressure and
Yeah.
the media and the constant exposure and having to give content away for free
Burnout.
and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And then also being told you're washed up at like in your
Yeah.
early 20s, like that is what's fucked up to me. Is like you'll have a YouTuber that got famous when they were 13. By 18 they're a has-been. Like
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
heck? I didn't even know who I was at 18.
Yeah.
Yet these kids have had their whole persona because
Yeah.
any famous YouTuber has a persona. And then if they try to do anything different from that, it's like you changed. It's like they're
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had like 17 different personalities since I was that age. Like come on.
no, totally.
Yeah, it's very,
So, yeah,
very
it's,
true.
It's interesting to see.
Yeah. I also just think that like, and I guess every year I get older, I feel like I say that, but like I'm 25 now and I really feel like
Did you just have a revelation that every year you get older?
I did. Every year I get older.
Time passes.
No, but what I mean is I
Well,
kind of
yeah.
have this same thing each year. Like when I was 21, I was like, no, I'm so mature now. And
Oh,
then when
yeah.
I was
Gotcha,
22,
I
I
follow.
was like, I'm so mature now.
yeah.
But now at 25, I really feel like it is only now, 24, 25, I actually know who I am.
That's fair.
Like I was like stumbling in the dark. I was learning. I was making so many mistakes. Like, you know, really trying to define. And even now, like I'm still learning. There's still parts of myself that I'm evolving, and I always want to continue to evolve. So I think to put these expectations on these YouTubers, like no wonder they're so fucked up. Like
Yeah.
when they have that crash and burn at such a young age before you even know who you are. Like
Yeah.
it's
an
insane.
entire like life arc. In
Yeah.
itself.
As an entire career.
But yeah, no, we've talked about this before. I don't know about on the pod, but this exact feeling is kind of something that's new to our weird cusp generation. We were the first generation to kind of have these specific feelings because the millennial generation, they had the expectations of by 30
Yeah.
is the oldest you can get before you start to settle down.
Yeah.
At age 30, you have to have a kid and you have to be doing
Yeah.
all this and all that stuff. And we're kind of the first generation where it's kind of flexible,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And I think it takes a lot of rewiring specifically to kind of, I'm 24 now. And even now
really?
I'm still,
Well, I forgot that we were the same age.
even
I feel like
now,
you're younger than me.
I like have to talk with my psychologist about like, you know, I'm halfway to 30 and I've done nothing with my life.
You're more
Well,
than halfway to
I
30.
think as well.
No, I mean from 20 to 30. I know what you mean.
with the internet is that like I feel like seeing that this is a therapy session.
Yeah.
But like
we're going through a lot today.
I feel like when we were teenagers, we saw people our own age making themselves millionaires and setting up their whole families. Like a 16-year-old YouTuber buying a house for their mum. Like I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I'm 25. Like, and for me, of course, I felt the pressure of like, yeah, you know, I got to get married and have kids and all of that. You know, being a woman, I just feel like you just feel like that. But for me, the bigger pressure was I have to have made it. I need to make it by the time I'm 20, by the time I'm 21. Like, you know, making my money, having, you know, and it's just not.
Yeah, it's
like,
very
that's just not the thing anymore.
No.
Yeah.
For us, it's still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely talked about this on the pod, and it actually might have been last time you were on here.
We get deep.
Right? No, but Kylie Jenner is only 1 week older than me.
It's crazy.
And every single time our birthdays come around, I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm trying really hard not to compare myself to you, but wow.
I was on Reddit and someone went through Kylie Jenner's Instagram back to 2011 and something so interesting is that she had so many photos of Tyga on her Instagram in 2011 and I went back and I searched up because I can't help myself. I fell down a rabbit hole. How old was Kylie Jenner in 2011? She was 14. Tyga was 22 and she didn't post anything incriminating.
Did they know each other?
They knew each other because she's posting a photo of like him performing with the caption being like Tyga, love heart. I'm like, I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that
grooming.
something suspect was not happening
That's literally
way
grooming.
before. And even like in a group picture and they're in a group picture together. And then I'm like, the fact that we know that they started dating on her 18th birthday, quotation marks, and he's known her since she was 14, if not even younger. I was like, whoa, that's insane.
That's great.
That is insane.
Big Aaron Taylor Johnson and his wife energy.
How old, like, what was that dynamic?
Well,
He's
Sam
younger,
Taylor,
isn't he?
Yeah, he's the younger one.
Sorry, I was getting mixed up. I know exactly who you're talking about. The guy from Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging.
Yeah.
So messed up.
Sam Taylor Johnson is his wife, and she's like 25 years older than him. And
insane.
they met when he was as young as like 15
Wow.
on set of things. So not only was she 25 years his senior, she was his boss.
Wow.
Yeah. The power dynamic.
And then like the tea is that they actually technically started dating just before he turned 18.
Oh my God. I mean,
so like the
I
rumors obviously
genuinely-
it was before that. They knew each other for a lot longer than that.
I
so messed up.
genuinely cannot comprehend how somebody, even in their 20s, looks at someone who's 15 and isn't like, wow, that person's really young.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, oh my God. I've got someone coming in to do work experience here.
Oh,
They're in year 10 and their mum was like, he's 15 years old. I was like,
bless.
Jesus, fucking 15 in year
Yeah.
10. That's so young.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
Crazy. I cannot comprehend. Like, what do you even have in common with somebody of that age?
That's what I think. I think
Even
it
at
is so
24.
creepy.
Yeah, that's so fair.
It's just like I could not even imagine. Like, I mean, I love kids, so I feel like I could, get along with teenagers and whatnot. But I could. What? Why?
Yeah.
Why would you want to have a relationship?
Yeah.
Like, that's so repulsive to me to even think of a teenager romantically at 25. Like, even an 18, 19-year-old.
Yeah.
If I would not even, that's too young. I'm like, that's way too young at my age.
Completely, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so I just, and that's not to say that all age gap relationships are inappropriate because they're not. There's so many examples of beautiful relationships, but a lot of these relationships are just so suspicious and
it's like that specific kind of like teenage, even early 20s, that it's like that person is not a fully formed person.
No.
Yeah.
What are you even talking to them about? You have nothing in common, absolutely nothing.
And you might think like, oh, there's not a power dynamic. Like there is. There 100% is.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, we've had this kind of conversation before where it's like, at what age do age gaps not matter?
Yeah.
I think it's case by case.
I think it's case by case,
Yeah.
and I think maybe around like 25.
Yeah, I would like it's once the person becomes their own like it's
Once they've had enough life experience, they've worked in a job, they've moved out, they've made
money.
Yeah,
you know, they're not going to be dependent upon the other person for.
Yeah.
It's, I feel like at that point, perhaps, and it's still case by case, they could be self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be self-aware of the situation, I think.
For sure. For sure.
Anyway,
Cool.
should we all date like 80-year-old men?
Only if he's really fucking rich.
Gee.
And then I'm in.
Yeah, for 80 million.
Honestly, I'd do it for 2 million at this point.
Guys,
What?
high fives. Riverdale's cancelled.
Oh,
yes! Victory!
We did it, Joe!
We're having the same reaction as what the cast had when they heard
Literally. Literally. They all went out for drinks. They all got crunk afterwards.
Oh my
Iconic.
God.
So
my
fucking
God.
funny. I mean, it still
is
has
funny.
one season to go, but wait, I found a clip the other day.
I
That'd be
wonder
so
how unhinged
intriguing.
the finale is going to be.
I
I wonder where they're going to
literally-
take it. Like,
what I
I
was
haven't
gonna
watched
say.
Riverdale
They all
in
have
years.
powers now.
Oh, that's not just the...
That's not just an spin-off like storyline. They in the main universe have. Oh my god, guys! It's a multiverse now.
I actually
What?
really want to watch it.
Riverdale is one dimension, one alternate
they
universe,
didn't.
and then there's the main alternate universe, and then there's one character who can time travel.
Oh my God.
And she goes back in time and to the future and back in time. She can't decide where she goes. She just gets sent there whenever she gets emotional or whatever. And she like sees
I'm sorry,
different
are you
universes.
describing Multiverse of Madness to
Right.
me? Like,
Well, I found this tweet the other day, and it was not Riverdale Multiverse of Madness. It's like a 1-minute clip, and I don't have to show it all, but it's fucking... Y'all, I aren't even ready. I don't know if I can...
Nuclear winter in every scenario that I played out.
Every scenario? How many did you see?
1,384.
Not Riverdale Infinity War.
All of our powers play a part in the final battle. But yours is especially threatening to Percival's because it's the closest to his. He can control minds, you can read them, you're on the same continuum.
Okay, so we don't go back in time and stop the bomb. I get it. I'll accept it.
There's something else. What you overheard me thinking about last night. About being afraid to lose someone.
Okay, from that moment, they just talk about emotional
oh my
stuff.
God. How is Cole
That's-
Sprouse delivering these lines with a straight face?
Right? You've got to
What?
give it to these actors.
How
Like, they are...
Is this
They're...
the same show as season 1 where they were just solving a murder?
Ugh.
I
have to watch
actually
again.
really enjoyed season one.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Season 1 was really good.
So see, this is season 6, and it's ending with
Oh
season
my
7.
God.
And I just...
we got to watch it.
They didn't even introduce the supernatural elements, the superhero elements until season 6.
Oh my
It's like for 5
God.
seasons, you've twisted and absolutely broken your fucking back to explain every possible
Yes,
supernatural
when
occurrence
you
so that it
literally-
wasn't supernatural.
Literally.
And then in season 6, you just decide that Archie can have super strength.
Oh my God,
Like,
what
what?
the fuck?
Literally, I kid you not, there's a plot line in this season where Archie, because of his super strength, can make money by being like a sideshow thing in a circus.
Oh my God.
Where they like hit his body with a hammer and stuff because he's indestructible.
It makes me feel physically ill.
I feel like Riverdale forgets that it's not American Horror Story and it's not an anthology series and that they can't just
Literally
completely fucking
rewrite
change
the
the
entire
rules
universe every season.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
I just needed to talk
gosh.
about that because that was fucking wild.
That is wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I see clips on TikTok about Riverdale, and it will be someone describe like, I'm gonna give you a Riverdale recap.
Yeah.
I thought they were jokes. I thought they were joking. I'm pretty sure they're serious now.
Yeah, I wanted to do
I'm
a
pretty
YouTube
sure they're
series.
serious.
I wanted to do a YouTube series that was just called Coming Up with More Believable Plot Lines for Riverdale.
Iconic.
Like, literally anything would be
Oh
more
my god,
believable.
literally.
Oh, dude. After Archie got attacked by that bear, it just went downhill.
I stopped watching after the red circle bullshit.
Oh, that was so bad.
That was enough for me. I tapped out very
so
early.
fair.
Okay, we have one last thing to talk about before we do Selling Sunset.
Oh, fuck me.
Is it Doja Cat throwing her vape at the Billboard Awards?
Iconic.
Did you see that clip?
It's not, but that's iconic. Did you see she just had to have emergency
Yes,
surgery?
my queen.
And she's
Oh.
like, I might have bad news. I might never be able to perform again.
No, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
I
Let's
think
not
she'll be
let's not
fine.
speak it into existence.
What
She's
was
fine.
the surgery for?
It's because she
Had a pull-up or something.
yeah, and then she was like vaping with like an open and smoking maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
no, you're right. It was she was on antibiotics for a sore throat, and she forgot and went out drinking and vaping, and it caused extreme damage into a polyp kind of thing.
Whack.
They were like, we need to emergency cut it open.
Rich people are so wild.
I know.
Imagine just being like, I've forgotten that I'm on antibiotics. I'm going to go and cut loose. Wild.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love her though, so I'm like,
I love it
Jojo,
too.
please.
Okay, no, the last thing I want to talk about is the did you see this week that Marvel Studios
No.
signed a deal
Oh, God.
with Stan Lee's family?
To do what?
They're allowed to
anticipation.
CGI recreate
No!
him.
What?
They're allowed to CGI recreate him and
Oh my
use
God.
him in movies.
Oh.
They're allowed to use his appearance on merchandise
No.
in theme park rides. There's a specific clause to allow them to use him, this CGI version of him in theme park rides.
That's
like,
just so... No one cares.
That's
It's been
risky as well to agree to that because Marvel hasn't had good CGI since like 2014.
Oh.
So
iconic.
because they're fucking spending their budget on these huge actors and all of
Yeah.
these cameos.
Oh, so true.
so this is all this. Who does Marvel think they are? Kanye West.
It's so it's so unnecessary because how many fucking movies have we not had a Stanley cameo in for now? Like a lot. We've
Yeah.
got like 5-6 years now.
Also,
It's
it's
so unnecessary to just
I don't know
start
about
back
you
up.
guys, but it feels disrespectful.
Oh, that
It
too.
is.
I mean that too.
Like,
Yeah.
just let the man
Rest.
rest.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like it makes it more special to go back and watch the movies that he
Yeah.
was in because
Yeah.
he made the choice to be in those
Yeah.
movies because he loves it. Like,
Yeah.
and that's special. And I love seeing his cameos in those movies. Like, I love it. But if I'm watching it and I see a CGI, like, what? That completely defeats the whole.
Yeah, it really takes you out of it too.
Yeah.
Just in
Yeah,
general
I don't know why
disgust.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked because like
Yeah.
Disney with Star Wars.
Oh
has been
my gosh, that's where my mind went.
full on now. There's scenes with young Mark Hamill,
Oh yeah, there wasn't there?
a fully CGI young Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
There's
that's
full
right.
scenes of him as Luke, just talking in like full episodes. It's wild.
Full episodes. I knew
In
there
Book
was like
of Boba Fett, he was in a whole episode and he was CGI. and stuff.
really. Wow,
So I'm
that's
scared.
unnecessary.
The thing is, though, with Mark Hamill, I feel like he loves it, though, so I'm a little bit more
He allowed
forgiving
it.
there.
He's alive, but
Like-
like with Carrie Fisher, they
Yeah,
made her.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah.
I feel like I can give like slight more leeway for the Carrie Fisher thing specifically because it's like she was.
They had to finish her arc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. There's like okay, I can understand. I don't think they should have done it, but I can understand why they did it, and overall, it probably was kind of necessary in a way. But Stanley, it's like fucking 30 seconds in it adds nothing to the movie.
Yeah.
Just
Literally.
leave it.
And yeah, I think it really
Don't need
takes
it.
away from
Yeah,
what he has previously done.
so true.
Like, it just devalues that.
I
So-
agree.
Creepy. It's
Agreed.
creepy.
Okay,
Let's do Selling Sunset, shall we?
How long are we having?
53 minutes.
Okay, I mean, I kind of thought it was going to be longer, so I'm not too mad at us.
I mean, do you have to be anywhere in the next 20 minutes?
No.
Do you think this is only going to take 20 minutes?
Maybe. How much is there to talk about?
I have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so
Can we actually start with the end of season 4?
have we even told the audience what we're doing?
I don't know.
Selling Sunset.
We're doing a Selling Sunset Season 5 recap.
Woo!
As we watched, I took notes, general plot point notes, as we went along.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to kind of try and chronologically go through the season.
I'm so excited.
Talk about our thoughts.
Yes.
What did you want to talk about
So
at the end of
let's
season
start
4?
at the end of season 4
Wait,
with
we need to call out Maddie. Because she never finished season 4. And this
Maddie.
week I said, we might be seeing Jordan this weekend. You have to catch the fuck up.
That's true.
So she watched the second half of season 4
and all of season
and
5
all of season 5.
in
Wow.
like 48 hours.
Was it a good viewing experience?
Season 5.
Season 5 was. I really did not like season 4. Like the second half was as bad as I remember the first half being. I struggled to get through several scenes. I had to skip a scene actually.
Which
which
scene?
Is the first time I've ever done that in the history of TV watching. It
Was it the secondhand embarrassment factor, or was it just cringe,
Yeah,
or-
no, it was the scene where they were on the boat on the yacht in like it was like episode 7 or 8 in season 4 of it
guy
was
who
Tarek
was being
and
real
Heather's
pushy.
friend Robert was like coming on to Chriselle. I was like
He was like, dance with me. And she's like, no, I'm talking to my friends.
And I
he's
skipped
like,
that. That's-
what the fuck?
I-
And he like went off. Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
I don't,
it's
'cause
coming
I
back to me now.
skipped all of that.
I feel like
and
I
I
may
had
have
to give her
even.
the context because during that time, Chriselle and Jason were dating in
Dating.
secret.
Oh.
So she was going on this blind date knowing full well she couldn't follow through.
Oh my gosh.
So the context makes it iconic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very wild.
So
Yeah.
what happened at the end of season
Oh, right. Okay, so it was that party.
That party.
The announcement where Brett and Jason were opening another
I remember this.
thing. Party. Christine shows up like 3 hours late, misses the announcement. She comes over to the table. She says, all the girls are like, can we talk? And Christine was like, I'm good. And then Heather like storms away. But specifically the scene I want to talk about, which they actually talked about in the reunion,
Yes, I know where you're going with this.
is fucking Tarek went off. He like went crazy. And Heather being like, the cameras are on, stop talking, the cameras are on. I
That
was
was
like,
iconic. That was the best moment of the season.
right? It was
insane.
insane.
Now,
Yeah.
it kind of it without them neither of them needing to do too much, it said a lot about the dynamic,
the situation.
It said a lot about Heather as well, that she's
Yeah.
a very like her image is very calculated, and I like Heather. So
Yeah.
See,
same.
she's one of the ones that kind of from season 1 to now has completely.
yeah.
I hated her in season 1. I thought she was kind of boring and useless.
yeah,
But now I
yeah.
like her a lot.
Yeah, no, I like her, but it's
But Tarek-
very interesting.
Tarek terrifies me.
Oh, same. I don't know if I assume you haven't, but I don't know if you've ever seen his show that he has with his wife. Oh yeah, oof. He even used to be
Ew. No, that's just wool.
very controlling. Very controlling. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
I feel like Heather is just in such a love bubble with him though, and has been since
yeah.
the moment.
I think she's just in, not to like speculate on their personal lives, but like, I think that she's just happy being very, very submissive
yeah.
Yeah,
in his life, and he's
Yeah.
very dominant.
yeah.
And like, I don't know if you saw, but last year, it got leaked. A photo of a tattoo she got leaked, and it was property of Tarek.
What?
Whack.
I did not see that.
And she posted about it and tried to make light of it, like, how cute is this and all that.
Oh hell no.
And everyone was like, that makes me uncomfortable with this dynamic, but whatever.
So
If
true.
that's what works for you, that's what works for you. And then I think they eventually made him get one.
Iconic.
Oh my god, as he should.
So it was
Yeah.
like, see, it was actually a couples thing. It wasn't a couples thing.
No, that's literally
Um,
insane.
Also, I also assume that you guys have never seen a picture of his ex-wife.
They look identical.
They are fucking
I think I took a
identical. I
screenshot.
just pulled it up.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god.
Definitely has
Yeah.
a type. I know.
Let me see that photo.
But like, I mean, I
Yeah,
know we're
no,
not
I
there
have-
yet, but
Yeah.
obviously there was a comment made in the reunion.
Yeah. Okay, here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm on the Selling Sunset Reddit.
Iconic.
Oh, I need to get
Obviously.
on that.
That someone posted and linked this article, and I looked at it and I was like, why is Heather on this photo twice?
Yeah, that's
Oh my
that's pretty similar.
They look
Yeah,
identical.
they do.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
really do.
part of me wants to jump straight to that comment, but I'm like, no, control yourself.
Okay, no, let's go to season 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
The
god.
season starts
Yes.
with a trip to Greece.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, my
Wild.
first thought in this was, rules clearly do not apply to rich people.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
oh my gosh.
COVID.
I didn't even think of that when
This
I was
filmed
watching.
end of last year, before restrictions were lifted and shit. So
That's like
rules
when it
just
was
don't
at its
apply.
peak.
Rules just do not apply to
Oh
rich
my
people.
gosh.
And that infuriated
Not a
me.
mask in sight, which is probably
mask
why I
in sight.
forgot that this was filmed during COVID. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when they would pan to like a server or something that they were
Yeah.
wearing a mask, and it always just brought me immediately back. I was
Yeah.
like, that's right,
Yeah.
COVID.
My thoughts on that trip is like Chriselle rubbing Jason's bald head.
Never want to see that again.
What the fuck?
Literally.
There are so many ways to be endearing to your partner.
Yeah.
And rubbing the bald head, I was like, is
Is
she
the
doing that on
most
purpose? Like, it's bringing
psychotic of all.
attention to it. Like,
Yeah.
it was so weird. And then also the argument between Brett and Jason.
That was
That
wild.
was so wild.
Where did it come
God.
from?
I was going to say, we genuinely must have been missing context there. Like, what
'cause
was that about?
I swear I looked away from the screen for 1 second. I look back, they're fucking screaming at each other.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and even Romaine was getting in and being like, you need to cool off. Get in the pool. Cool off.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, bruh, the toxic masculinity is too much.
Right? It was really
Yeah.
weird.
It
It was
was-
really weird.
And Amanda was sitting there like,
I'm like trying to even rack my brains as to what exactly they were arguing about. But this was my understanding, is that Brett was trying to insinuate that his relationship with his girlfriend was stronger than the relationship that Jason had with Chriselle. But it's like, why do you even need to fucking bring that up? It's a different relationship.
I think that's where it like
I think they
went.
mentioned that in the reunion.
No, I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either.
I don't
I remember
them.
seeing somewhere someone said they must have put a statement out on Instagram or something that said, "It's purely just that we're twins and we're used to competing our entire lives with each other."
But I mean, you're old now. Like,
You're old, and
you're
it's
old.
about a relationship.
Yeah, it's
literally.
so
That's
true.
not healthy.
Literally. You know what it is? It's probably because like most men would have that experience in their early 20s, whereas they're experiencing it like how
the
old are
first
they?
time.
Like
40s.
exactly.
They're, like, late
so
40s,
they're
yeah.
behaving like men who are like 21 when they're that age.
That's so true. That's so true.
They're,
Yeah,
like,
that was so awkward
in
to
their-
watch.
They're in their terrible twos, but really they're 40.
Literally.
Oof,
They're
yeah.
So
uncomfortable.
yeah, the entire Greece trip was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
While they were on the Greece trip, we got to see everything from Christine's point of view, and we're introduced to Chelsea.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thoughts on Chelsea?
Okay, wait. Let's say our thoughts on Chelsea in that first scene, like in the
Okay.
first episode or two, the beginning of the season, and then later we'll go back and we'll reevaluate
Okay.
at the end of the season. Okay. Who wants to go first? 'Cause
I can go first.
Go.
I liked her at
Yeah.
first. You know, she was empowering. I liked her sense of fashion. I thought it was good that we're getting like a new character, mixing it up. I really liked her energy as well, and I like that she's fucking good at what she does.
Yeah.
True.
And I had respect for her. It did. My opinion did change, but that's how it was at the start.
I texted Maddie when I was watching this season, and I said, my opinions of all of the cast members, like my ranking of who I like the most and the least, has shifted completely by the end of it. I also I was cautious of Chelsea when she first came in because I thought she was doing too much to match Christine's energy.
Yeah, that was me. I was like,
so
she's
true.
going to be another Christine.
But as the
I got
season
really
went,
scared.
I kind of realized that she's just like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. My first thought was trying to pin her accent, and I could sense like a touch of Aussie in it,
You reckon?
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think she's,
I was just only getting British, but I'm terrible with accents, to be honest.
yeah,
absolutely
so do you
terrible.
think a mix?
Yeah, I really liked her, and she was cool. She was funny. I was vibing. She seemed like a really hard worker. But then she and Christine were getting on so well that I was like, oh, I'm really scared about like if she's going to
And-
be another like really fucking massive bitch like Christine. 'cause
Literally.
she says all the same things that Christine
Also,
said.
yeah, she was just parroting exactly what Christine was
Yes,
saying.
and she kept doing that.
Yeah,
Sorry to
Literally.
interrupt, but she kept doing that, and then she would say, "But you know, I'm my own person. I'll form my own opinions."
And
when I
that's
get
what
to know
annoyed
them."
me.
And I was like, "But you're not, though.
That's what
you're
annoyed
not."
me.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. And I mean, we're not even up to that. We're going to get into it. But the whole thing with Davina, like,
That was frankly iconic.
That was insane.
Speaking of Davina, legend icon is the moment monster. She's I think a genuinely evil person. But I love her.
Yeah. And that's a big opinion shift for you.
That I love her.
No, that she's an evil monster.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You used to always be like, I mean, she's a bitch and she shouldn't be on reality TV, but I don't think she's a monster in real life.
Oh, yeah. I think my original opinion was that she was so awkward on reality TV.
yeah,
But
I
then
always
the
found her
thing-
so awkward.
Skipping ahead to the end of the season, she spent the entire season 5 rebuilding her image and getting
Yeah.
comfortable on TV and getting comfortable with the women and trying to make an effort. And I was like, yes, this is great. I love this actual growth.
Yeah.
We stand. I'm at peace with liking you. I think you're a good person again. And then that final bit at the end when she was having lunch with Vanessa and they were talking about the fact that there was too many women in the office and someone was getting fired. And Davina was like, I think you should follow your heart and move to London.
I didn't pick up on that.
Really?
I did not pick up on that.
You need to rewatch it because
Oh
I
my
thought it was so
gosh.
obvious.
I mean, but then they did a confessional where Davina goes, yeah, her leaving the office would be good for me.
Oh my gosh. I
No,
didn't
I
pay
thought her
attention.
intentions were obvious, that she was saying, in your best interest, I think you should go. And it was not at all in Vanessa's best interest to go. I don't know. I just thought it
No,
was
see,
fake.
I do disagree because I felt like in that scene she was being really genuine, and then the confessional happened. Well, mostly genuine, and then the confessional happened where she was like, "Yeah, it would be good for me." But I'm also very convinced that was prompted. I don't think she just said that out of the blue. I think the producers asked the specific question of being like, would it be good for you if Vanessa left the office? And she answered that, and then they took it out of context.
Well, yeah, that's what confessionals are.
Right. But so what I'm saying is I don't think she was manipulating Vanessa into going.
I just got
Personally.
bad vibes in that actual conversation.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it now.
You'll have to.
Yeah.
What am my next note after they introduced
I
Chelsea?
don't know. You will definitely not have one of our like very early episodes, like 5 or 6. We did a recap of Selling Sunset
I re-listened to it.
after like season 2 or season 3. And fucking Nicholas, the goddamn insane person that he is, paid like $60 or $70 on Cameo to get a message from Davina
Oh my god.
about the podcast.
No
Yes.
freaking way. That is
Oh my
so iconic.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I think I do. I also pissed her off because I asked about
Adnan.
This was after the Adnan stuff happened.
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
like wasn't sure. It must have been end of season 3.
Yeah, it must
she wasn't sure if she was going to come back to the Oppenheim group and stuff. And I asked her about it, and she was like, "No, we have to do it. I can probably just find it." Also,
I know.
I just realized
God.
also for video viewers and for Jordan, my puppy's been licking my neck, and I'm allergic to dogs,
Oh,
and I have a rash, and it looks weird, but
I didn't
swear
notice.
I don't have rabies.
that
Good
is
to
actually
know.
so funny that you did that.
Oh my God, literally. He kept it a secret until
Oh
we
my
were
God.
mid.
That is hilarious. Oh my god.
Hey Maddie, it's Davina from Selling Sunset. I just wanted to say a big thank you for putting up with Nick. He wanted me to let you know that he's super fired up and pumped for the Selling Sunset deep dive episode on your WTF is happening podcast, which sounds super juicy and dramatic, so I might have to listen into that myself.
Oh my God.
And I guess you guys are interested in Adnan as well, and I have to defend him. He's the sweetest man. He's honestly so nice, and I saw him last weekend. He's probably going to give me another listing. We talked about, potentially making a deal with someone, but I don't know if that's going to work out. But he's really, really kind and generous, so I don't know what to say. He's really a sweetheart in person. I know he seems to have on the show, but sorry to not have any gossip for you. Anyway, I know there's so much to unpack, but I hope you enjoy that, and thank you so much for watching. Hope I can bring a little smile to your face. Bye, gorgeous.
Oh my god. She is so similar to her. Like she really like that is Davina. Like how she was there sounds straight from a confessional from Selling Sunset. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. And I was obsessed because in the prompt thing, I wrote out all the stuff for the prompt.
Yeah.
And then at the end, as like a little joke, I was like, P.S. How's Adnan?
Oh my god.
And then she went on a 50-second rant
Literally.
defending him.
Literally. Oh my gosh. Is Davina listening? Hi, Davina. Hi.
Look,
Nicholas
even if she
doesn't think
was,
you're a monster.
I stand by what I said. I think she had bad intentions with Vanessa, but whatever. No, okay, so my first note
Wild.
after Chelsea was introduced was that the cast is far too big.
Oh,
Yeah, agreed. As
There's
we were
like
saying.
8 women plus the twins.
Yeah.
It's too much to focus on. And I think you can tell in how little screen time Vanessa and Amanza had.
Yeah.
And
And even Maya.
And Maya.
Which is so sad because Maya is one of my favorites, always has been.
She has
Oh
very
my
good
God.
commentary.
I totally agree. Except in the reunion when she like went on that like weird tangent about how all the girls don't dress professionally. I was like, where is this coming from? Like,
Yeah.
what?
She's right.
I mean, she is right, but also like they can wear whatever the fuck they want.
I wonder if, and this could just be me like psychoanalyzing her, but I wonder if like for her, she really has had to like rise up through the ranks and put in a lot of work to get to where she is in her career. And she sees these women coming through wearing these things that if she'd have worn that when she was in their position, she would not have been taken seriously.
Yeah.
It's true.
And so I wonder if that's why she's so defensive about it.
It's really true.
I'd say so. I think her and Mary are the only ones that actually came up properly.
Yeah.
I think the rest were pretty much
Actresses.
cast for the show
Yeah.
because they filmed the pilot for the show a year before it actually went into production. So during that year, the women were actually working there and doing listings and stuff, so that they had that
Right.
backstory, so that when people say, "Well, these women aren't actually real estate agents; they're just here for the show," they could say, "No, they've been working here for a while."
Yeah.
It's like, no, but actually you did cast them
Yeah.
for the pilot. Pilot got greenlit. They waited a year. Started film.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
Which
For sure.
that's like normal for reality TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally agree with that. Even fucking Christine in season 5, even the second half of season 4, no real estate. She didn't.
Oh God, no.
She didn't
not
at all.
work.
She didn't even come into the fucking office like once,
Literally.
basically. Yeah.
Literally.
Literally. I think Davina went on Instagram and said, I actually had multiple storylines where I sold houses or leased places. Like the Adnan place got leased. And they just didn't include it because they had too much other juicy drama.
Yeah, no, the cast is definitely too big for a style of show like that. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I enjoyed season 1 so much, because it was a very tight-knit cast. And also, as well, with the cast, like, they feel very isolated this season. Whereas in
Yes.
previous
Yes.
seasons, we've had dinners, they're all in
Yeah.
the office, they're all at the listing parties. Whereas this season, it felt like there was little cliques
Yeah.
within the group.
That's
Well,
so
I
true.
think that was the big issue with season 4.
Yeah.
I think season 3 was the last season where we actually had them going to events and inviting each other to parties
Yeah.
and like engagements and shit.
Yep.
And then in season 4, there was none of that because it was all too fresh.
Yeah.
And then season 5, they kind of started to reintroduce
yeah.
like the tea party and stuff where they all went to
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Weird. Wild.
But I don't know, yeah, I think it gets to the point with TV show villains that if no one wants to film with them,
Yeah.
there's kind of no other choice
Yeah.
but to get rid of them because it's holding back the show.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's the same with like Real Housewives and stuff. So.
Yeah. Shall we talk about the what was it called? Chanel and what was the party called?
Caviar and couture.
Oh, I was way off.
CNC. Yeah.
Caviar and couture. Thoughts?
Sure, I have no
Well,
about it.
my thing is, at that point, Christine almost has no choice but to keep up the fucking like crazy villain personality and to just
Yeah.
keep getting more and more dramatic because like realistically it's her that made the show like popular,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I think she's kind of in this position where she's got this is
It's
she's
branding.
pigeonholed. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I think that like 90% of the stuff she says is so unreliable
Yeah.
in terms of it being representative of her actual personality. But she says some fucking unhinged things.
I have specific notes about that. I think
stuff-
the thing that kind of the audience didn't love was when Christine talked to press about Chriselle fucking the boss.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why she has the position she has. And what did I write for that? Yeah, I was mad because Christine in a confessional said it was a self-deprecating joke. It was really about
So
me.
bullshit.
It was
Yeah.
about me. It was joking about me. And I was like, no, it's literally slandering.
Also, it is so rich coming from her about like insinuating that Chriselle fucked her boss for some kind of gain, when that's, from my understanding, what the entirety of Christine's marriage is.
Yeah.
She
right?
literally admits it too.
Literally, literally. It's like you did the same fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and when she got called out for that being an inappropriate, even if it was a joke, an inappropriate joke.
Yeah.
It's like, it got me thinking, and I was like, that's beyond true. Because if that joke was made in any workplace,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that would be like a sexual
literally,
sexual harassment.
HR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
She's just so unself-aware that it's
Oh yeah,
infuriating.
I said to Nick as well in one of the later episodes. Christine is talking to Chelsea, and she's like saying about Chelsea, "Oh, it's so nice to finally be with someone who's like standing up for themselves and who has a backbone." And I was like, "She's only saying that because Chelsea's on her side. Everyone else has a backbone and is standing up. It's
Literally.
just against Christine."
That's what annoyed me so much about the dynamic between Christine and Chelsea, because Christine all of a sudden was acting like so quiet, such a victim.
like she was
She's
a victim.
being bullied by these girls. That pissed me off.
so much. And I think
And Chelsea fell
especially-
for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Well, I think especially you can tell that Chelsea was cast purely so that Christine would have someone to talk to.
Yeah, 100%,
Keep her on the show
100%.
because no one wanted to talk to Christine.
Yeah.
But I have a note from I think the Couture and Caviar party where Chelsea went on this speech and she said,
You're bullying.
yes, but no, Chelsea went on a speech about how they should be supporting each other professionally at events and showing up in a professional capacity.
Yeah.
And then in a confessional, that same scene, she said, and I quote, I'm an independent party. I don't have bias, but I love Christine and I think she's fantastic. And it's like, that's an oxymoron.
You know, I also thought it was really interesting that towards the end of the season, Chelsea started to say things like, I really like Christine, but if she's a sinking boat, I'm not going down with her. And being like, you know, she was almost playing like both sides. She was waiting to see who was going to kind of come out on top.
Well, that is what, in the end, my opinion of Chelsea by the end of the season.
Yeah.
I liked her. Because I thought by the end of the season she did start to have the realization that
she'd been misled.
Christine is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it was enough.
Really?
That's fair.
Yeah, like in the reunion, I really felt like she was talking in circles to avoid having to own up to the fact that she took what Christine said at face value.
Yeah,
That's
I
totally
agree.
true. You're
And then
right.
like completely made assumptions of, and she's like, I didn't make any pre-assumption.
Yes,
you
you
did.
did. She's
Yes,
right.
you
Yeah,
did.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
I felt like out of all of them, Chelsea is the only one that I've watched and been like, she has been a boss bitch before this show. Like,
Yeah.
she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. She's really, like, we can see that she's being a bit of a gutless flip-flopper. But to the outside world, it doesn't look like she's committing either way. She's playing both sides, but not in a way that's, like, outwardly manipulative. Like, you know that she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
but
like she's
not
upfront about.
Yeah, but she's not like, she's not going so far either way that she can't kind of come back.
Yeah.
Well, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Is that I think I like her because I'm happy for her to take over the villain role from Christine. Because I think as a villain role, she actually has self-awareness in a way that Christine doesn't.
Yeah.
So she can be a long-term villain.
Yeah.
Basically, she's what's the word?
I feel like it would be such a shame for her to be the villain because she does seem like, and not necessarily in real estate, but just as like a businesswoman, she does seem to be the most like competent and well-rounded someone who has actual experience.
Actually,
Jordan wants to speak.
No. I was just going to say, it could be interesting to actually have a villain that, unlike Christine, is like, imagine if she's the villain, but she's the best performing agent in the office.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the dynamic of like, you all hate me, but I'm the best.
Yeah.
So I'm staying.
Yeah.
And I'm kicking your asses. Like, what are you going to do
For
about
sure.
it? Like, I feel like that could be a good tension for another season.
So true.
no, you're right.
How many? It's been renewed, hasn't it?
Please.
It will be.
Yeah.
No, I've got to say, we've also got to point out the fact that Chelsea was super biased and was unable to separate the two things for most of the season.
Oh my
end.
God.
But Mary,
And Chriselle, but very much Mary.
Michelle doesn't matter because she wasn't in a
Position of power.
position of. Mary was promoted to like general manager or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I'm taking this seriously. I'm separating my personal opinions from the professional stuff. Every single time she was in front of one of the twins, she was like, you know, it's not my personal opinion, it's professional. Christine needs to go.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of, the whole, like, when Christine and Mary met up
That was wild.
was so hilarious. Season highlight for me
Same.
was the whole birthday comment. Oh my God. That was so funny. Like,
Did you know it was my birthday?
yeah, it was in my calendar.
Do you want me to throw your
You
party?
didn't say anything. Truly iconic. That was the best thing by far.
When Mary walked away and Christine like threw her fork down on the table, I was like, this girl needs to get a fucking grip. Like, what is she?
Props where props are due, though. You have one day a year where you can use that burn.
Yeah.
And Christine used it. She
did.
executed that. Like, one day a year where you can throw that at someone. And she did.
It's iconic, honestly.
She did.
See, it's moments like that I'm going to miss.
Yeah.
But she dug her own she dug her own hole.
Yeah.
She really did.
She
She
and
really,
she
really
could not
did.
dig herself out of it.
Yeah. So in terms of separating professional from personal, I know what you're saying about like Mary's position of power, so she needs to, like, it's more important for her to do it. But fucking Chriselle,
Oh my
the
god.
amount of times that we saw her
to
in a
Jason.
scene with
Oh my
Jason
God.
being like, I don't want to tell you how to run your business,
But
but
I'm going to do exactly
so
that.
and so is causing
But
damage. It's like, shut
At
your
least-
fucking mouth.
At least Chriselle stated it was her personal opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
She didn't try to pass it off
Yeah.
as unbiased.
And
I guess that's true.
I guess on behalf of credit, on behalf of
Yeah,
Chriselle, credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
If I was her and I had a boyfriend and he was still like essentially not like willing to stand up to a bully.
Acknowledge
Yeah,
even.
that's fair.
Yeah, I would be pissed off too.
Yeah,
I would be
that's
like, what
fair.
the heck? You say that you love me. This woman has been terrorizing me
Yeah.
on TV. There is literal
Yeah.
proof. And you still are trying to tell me to like, oh, chill out, relax. Like, that would annoy me. So I do
That's so
understand
true.
from Chriselle's
Yeah, same.
angle why, like, I would speak up too. I'd be like,
What the fuck?
why are you letting this fly?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
so,
so
true.
nonchalant about it. They both have
Yeah.
always been so nonchalant about Christine. Even with the fucking Emma and the $5,000
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, oh, well, you know, if she pulls her head in, then, you know, she can still work here. I'm like, what is it going to take?
Yeah.
What is it going to take?
It's so true. I went every time Chriselle said something, I was always looking at it from like Jason's perspective because I was thinking about it from mine, being like, if I had a partner who was
Yeah.
telling me how to run my business, I'd be so fucking angry.
Yeah.
But you're so right. Like from the other side, what does it take for someone to be like, this employee is actively causing harm in my, it's like,
Yeah.
it's my role to
Yeah.
make sure that all of my employees are happy.
I mean, also
why am I constantly prioritizing her bringing in money?
he also made the choice to date his employee.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, that's
a
true.
great point.
That's fair.
Also, what you said though, I totally agree with both of you that Chriselle was being very annoying with like trying to tell him how to run his business. I totally agree with
I
both
also,
of you.
yeah, sorry, go.
But I just also feel like if I was dating someone and let's say it was like a friendship group and their friend was really nasty to me, I'd be like, why the fuck are you still friends with them? I guess I'm kind of making it my own situation. It's not really.
No, I'm with you. And I think literally all Jason had to do was say, I agree with you on a personal level, but on a professional level,
Yeah, that's really true.
my hands are tied.
Yeah.
That's
And he
so
should have
true.
said that on camera
Yeah.
in a dramatic scene so they didn't
Yeah.
get cut.
Yeah.
And I think everyone would have been a lot more understanding to Chriselle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, okay, so this is left field now. But Emma, I actually really enjoyed this season.
Yeah, I like Emma.
I thought she was too fake in season 4, but in season 5,
Yeah.
I feel like she was a little more likable, despite the Micah storyline being completely fabricated for sure.
That was wild.
Yeah. I just like her being a girl boss.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
But-
Oh my god, when she fucking like got on her private plane, I was like, "You go, queen!
You literally-
this is iconic."
Literally.
Well, yeah, she's a girl boss, but not to like bring her down a peg.
Oh yeah,
But there were
so
two
true.
things she said this season that the public has deemed lies.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
The main one was when she said that she matched with Ben Affleck on Raya,
Iconic,
and Ben Affleck put out a statement saying false.
iconic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he
Well,
literally.
they
put
talked
out a
about it in the
statement.
reunion,
Yeah,
didn't they?
a bit. Yeah, but
Then
not.
how do you what?
So she and Chriselle on the show made it seem as though they matched on Raya a few weeks ago.
Oh, see, I didn't get that personally.
I thought it was because she like pulled it up and had the conversation ready to go show her.
Yeah, I have
Oh my
fucking
God.
conversations
That's
from
a
like
lot.
2015, so I totally believed it. It was previous.
So she did that, and then everyone was like, "But he's been dating J-Lo for 12 months."
Yeah.
And it turns out no, Emma. Sorry, Emma actually had all these conversations in like 2018.
2019, I think she said.
2019?
Yeah.
So like, it wasn't a total lie, but it was a stretch.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of does seem like one of those girls though.
Yeah.
That she's going to exaggerate to kind of
Well.
swing things her way.
That's the next
See,
thing.
I always tell like little baby lies in my stories or exaggerate just to make them more interesting. So I think
Yeah.
that's like what's happened there, you know?
I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing was that she stated that she qualified for the Olympics in swimming.
Yes, that was really funny. Because I would say the exact same thing if I did what she did.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Little baby lies to exaggerate the
That's
story.
not
make
a
it more
baby
interesting.
lie.
Yes, it is. She qualified for the qualifiers. It counts.
It's the pre-Olympics.
Yeah.
She just dropped the pre.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
sorry. I know more than you guys.
Oh, so she
Being
didn't
in the
qualify.
Reddit subreddits about
Oh.
TV shows are literally just like detectives
Okay.
getting to the
Give
truth
us
of
the
every
full
single
tea
lie.
because I'm,
Yeah.
The T is she didn't qualify for the qualifiers. She didn't qualify for nothing.
What?
The Redditors who have too much time on their hand pulled up all of the evidence, all of the records of qualifications and stuff, like qualifiers and all that. And no, she never, ever did.
No, I think she did.
I'm shocked.
She didn't. And I think why lie about things that are going to have proof?
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Well, Lisa Rinna just did it on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then one of the other girls pulled out the receipts and she went, oh.
That's funny. That's really funny.
So they do it.
Wow.
I don't think she did.
I think she did.
personally, but
I still like her, but I think she likes
Because I mean, if I had qualified for the pre-Olympics, I was at a party. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I used to be into that. Like I could have gone to the Olympics.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because people don't know it unless you're into it. You don't know what it means.
Yeah, and you don't know the significance or how big of an achievement
Yeah.
that first step is.
exactly.
But if she is making that up, that is very interesting.
I think she did.
But hilarious moment in the reunion when Vanessa said that her what is it called, empanadas?
Oh yes.
Empanadas.
Aunt Empanadas.
Yes, and her face, she was like. And I thought Vanessa delivered it in such a kind way. Like
So
she really,
did
she
I.
said, like she's
and she was asked point blank the
literally.
question,
Yeah.
And I think she
and
said,
she's right. They're
yeah.
not.
like our
Why would they
tacos
be
aren't real
cheeseburger?
tacos.
Yeah,
like, and that's
exactly.
not to be like if someone brought out a taco business and it's the Western version of a taco and
A cheeseburger
Yeah.
taco.
literally someone who actually
Like-
eats real tacos said, "Oh, that's not a real taco." I wouldn't be offended. I'd be like,
Right.
"Yeah, that's true."
exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
Beyond Meat, fake, like it's cheeseburger.
Yeah, they're vegan, aren't
empanadas.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. It's like such a weird.
The other thing that was hilarious was when she brought them to the date with Micah.
Oh my
was
god,
so
and
funny.
he took one bite and then put it down and moved the plate away for the rest of the scene.
it was so cringe. I kind of think that like that is one thing with Emma. I did like her this season, but she felt quite braggy.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. I feel like it was product placement. Is what
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it was. Yeah.
God, yeah, but it felt
So it
like
just felt
it's like, could you
unnatural.
be any more obvious with it?
Yeah.
That entire storyline was product placement. He was promoting his businesses.
Yeah.
And she was promoting her empanadas
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
like that was wild that it got so much screen time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like I'd rather see Vanessa. Like, come on.
Right?
Well, the tea is that Vanessa had COVID
Oh.
for like 2 full weeks of filming, and they only film because they're short seasons. They only film for I think it's like 12 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So
that
she
makes
was
sense.
away
That's it.
for most of the season.
God,
Most
I
not
wouldn't
most
be able
for
to
some
work
of
there.
the filming.
12 weeks and all that nonsense happens. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta speed this up.
I know.
Nick,
I'll
Mum
just
and
pick out the highlights.
Chelsea are texting me about our watch party. So
I'll just pick out the highlights. Okay, did anyone else feel very uncomfortable when Mary held a meeting and was like, okay, everyone update me on your stuff? And then
yes,
everyone said their stuff,
Yeah.
and then Emma goes, yeah, I've sold this house and this house, and then
Yeah.
Christine goes, that's awesome. Other girls take note. That's how you should be performing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was
she
very
took
awkward.
the time to specifically say, Davina and Vanessa,
yeah,
Yeah.
you need to step it up. You're on thin fucking ice.
It was very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
I was like,
so-
bitch, that was implied when you said everyone needs to step
Literally.
up. You don't need to make them feel like shit.
It's
I
so true.
think that I have liked Mary in previous seasons, but I think her in the leadership position actually highlighted a lot of her immaturity.
Yeah.
It made me really think like she's not ready for this leadership because she's extremely immature about it.
Well,
Previously, I thought she was very mature.
yeah.
but yeah.
Well, it's like Nick said, she just could not separate the personal from the professional. Like her constantly saying about Davina, you know, she needs to step it up, otherwise she's not going to be able to stay here. It's like, we fucking know that you're saying that because
Yeah.
you just don't like her. Like it's so obvious that it's like not grounded in reality.
Oh my god, the scene at the tea when Davina goes, yeah, but the difference, Christine, is that I've been putting in the work and the girls can tell. Girls, can't you tell I've changed? And they all went,
Yeah, that was so awkward. I actually really felt for Davina in that scene.
Yeah. I
did
Because
too.
I felt like, from her perspective, she was telling the truth.
Yeah,
she was
I
being fucking
agree.
trying.
I agree.
And, you know, she really has been, like, I liked her
agree.
this season. And I really thought that the way Chelsea came for her in that moment was so unnecessary.
Unnecessary, yeah.
So, like, embarrassing for Chelsea because she's coming at at Davina being like, I know that you said this. Davina's
Yeah.
like, you weren't fucking there. What you're taking Christine's word. And she's like, no, I'm making my own opinion.
Yeah.
Based off Christine's word.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
It's so true.
What?
It's so true.
So we'll go through a couple highlights.
As an aside, that $5,000 thing was fucking insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Genuinely.
I have so many questions about that. Like, why would she
Yeah.
only offer $5,000?
Literally.
Right?
You'd think like 50 grand at least.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Wild. Anyway,
But I do think it was true, which is mostly because of
the client.
yeah, like, and a lot of that happened off screen.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
fact that Mary just did a one-liner. I've spoken to the client, and it's
Yeah.
true. And then
Yeah.
Jason in the reunion was like, "Yeah, we spoke extensively about it."
Yeah.
Wow.
which is insane.
Yeah. And then it's like, have you talked to Christine about it? No.
Yeah,
Bitch, what?
right.
Crazy.
Was anyone shook by Chriselle just climbing through a doggy door?
That was wild.
Very.
It was fucking weird.
In that scene, she gave me pick me energy.
What's that?
Pick me girl.
Like death threat vibes.
She's like, look, I'm so tiny and small. I can fit through this little doggy door because I'm
right.
so petite. Like, I don't know. That's just the vibes that I got.
That's really fair. I feel like every single season, all of the girls get thinner and thinner.
I hate that.
Genuinely worrying
Yeah.
how thin Chriselle and particularly Heather are.
Yeah.
Emma as well, but she, like, you can
She's
tell
kind
from
of-
her body that
yeah.
that's just like genetics. Whereas, like, Heather genuinely has lost so much weight since the beginning, and she
same
was
as
thin
Chriselle.
to begin. Yeah, right. Oof,
Yeah.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Fair. I agree. Thoughts on Mary putting an offer on a house without even consulting Romaine?
Oh my God, that was in my notes too. What the fuck? It's so crazy because you would think she would be conscious of it being what has the discourse around their relationship. You know, he's just
Being
with her for
money.
the money. And then she does that. It's like,
And he, last season, specifically told her, I'm feeling very vulnerable about the fact that I can't pay the same amount of the mortgage as you are.
yeah.
And I feel vulnerable about that. And she still went and did this.
I do have to say, I love Romaine now. At the first season I saw him, hated his guts. But he's
same.
really grown on me. I think he's actually quite funny. Like,
Yeah.
he comes out with some funny one-liners, and I'm like, I like that.
See, I 100% recognize that it's the wrong thing to do, but it's entirely something that I would do, what Mary did. I can 100%, because I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, but I don't care about the money. It's like, it's fine. Just 50% mine, 50% yours. I don't care if I paid 100%. But I also, again, recognize that, like, emotionally, from his perspective, it's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
male
but
thing
also
too.
I think like with a home is so sacred, and really
Yeah.
like I think to buy a home that you're going to live in with your partner, that's going to be your home without them even seeing it. Like, I think
That's true.
I
That's
feel
really
like
true.
not respectful. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their relationship seems too strained.
yeah.
That's also very true.
Other things that I noted was
Yeah, see, sorry, just to put a caveat there. I would probably marry someone who wouldn't care if I just willy-nilly bought a
Yeah.
house, you know? So, like,
well, that's fair.
And if
but-
they specifically had a conversation with you
Yeah.
where they said, "Hey, this makes me uncomfortable," I feel
Yeah.
like you would take that
probably
into consideration.
not. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we just would have married very, very differently.
Yeah.
Did it bother anybody else that when Chelsea officially joined the group, like the agency, everyone was there and no one got up to hug her or congratulate her?
It was a bit weird.
It was very obvious.
That made me feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
also thought, like, in that moment, I thought, good on Chelsea. She deserves
Yeah,
it. She
she
brought
did
that
it.
client
Oh, yeah.
in.
did
And
the work.
that's why I'm so at a crossroads with Chelsea, because on
Yeah.
one hand, I really, really like her, but then on the other hand, I'm just like, you are so, like, it's embarrassing how hard you're attacking Davina over something that Christine
yeah.
told you.
Right.
Like, that really,
oh my God.
that scene really kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah, that the when they caught up, like, privately,
yeah.
and she was like, "Oh my God, this makes me want to puke." I was like,
Yeah, like, this is trauma. She's trying to say that was trauma for her. It's like, you're coming at her.
"Right."
She's just sitting there.
Davina
and
was right.
Literally,
Like,
100%.
she didn't say anything wrong aside
Yeah.
from, it felt like this. I recognize that that's not what happened now. It's just what I felt like at the
Yeah.
time. Chelsea then fucking just, like, next level was offended by that for some unknown
And then she
reason.
was surprised that Davina got up and walked away. And
Right?
I was like, Davina had every right to
Agreed.
I agree.
get
That
up
was
and walk away.
de-escalating the situation, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Chelsea was unreasonable at that moment.
Okay, I'm going to check my notes because I did take some notes.
Thoughts on Christine not showing up to the meeting with Mary and Jason / Mary and Brett? I don't know which twins.
Disgusting, instant fireable offence, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end, talking about an indiscretion that you did allegedly, and you don't show up.
Yeah.
And then
just
her in the
rude.
confessional being like, no, I don't think I needed to show up. What?
Yeah, that.
Your boss
rude.
called a meeting to discuss your behaviour and you don't think you need to go? Oof.
Yeah, that. Christine really annoyed me this season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Usually, I was able to forgive her.
Because she's so iconic.
I was a Christine
but
apologist.
she had no iconic moments this season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She was
And
just a
then,
bitch.
except for the birthday moment.
Yeah, that I mean,
Did you know
that's
it was my
much.
birthday? Maybe that should be the title of that. Did you know it was my birthday?
Yes, so good. The way that Chriselle and Jason ended,
Oof.
it was actually like, it was actually so, I kind of thought the whole season, like, I took their relationship with a grain of salt. I really was like, whatever. Like, because I knew that they'd already broken up before. So I was kind of like, oh, whatever. This is so, but in
They were talking about kids.
in those moments and just seeing how upset they both were about the demise of that relationship, that made me completely be like, oh, no, I think this is real. Like that and the fact that they showed so much, I was very surprised that they showed them being so vulnerable about it.
In the reunion, do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, both.
No, I think also when I think it was Mary came over and talked to Chriselle. And no, Mary talked to Jason.
Yeah.
Who talked to Chriselle?
God, I can't remember.
Was it Amanda?
I think it was actually. It was someone with dark hair.
But yeah, it really seemed like Chriselle really genuinely was so upset that Jason didn't want to have kids
They
with
were
her.
both super emotional.
And
in the
Jason was
breakup
very
scenes.
upset that like that's what it was going to take to stay. Like, yeah,
I mean, they
was just very
fertilized
surprised.
the eggs.
Yeah.
And that would confuse me a bit because I'm like, you're telling me you didn't want kids, you haven't spoken about kids,
And you did
and
it.
you went and fucking fertilized some eggs. That doesn't seem weird to me.
It's really true. I've seen a lot of people online be like, you know what, it's really, really rough, but good on Jason for as soon as he realised that he didn't want kids for
exactly.
breaking up with
I
her and
agree.
not leading her on, which
Agreed.
I do agree with. But at the same time, it's like, you went down a whole path.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't just like you started talking about it,
she
took
from
2
the
weeks.
get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to clinics. You're fertilizing
Yeah.
your eggs, and now you're realising you don't want kids. Like, maybe you shouldn't have taken the steps.
I just
in the
don't.
first place.
Yeah, it shocks me that you would take those steps when you hadn't decided. Like, did he think she was going to change her mind after the
Yeah.
eggs were fertilized?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
are
also
we-
saw.
Oh no, you go first.
I was going to say I saw a really interesting commentary about, again, this specific thing being like, it's so that this situation is so indicative of men in general, straight men.
You can just say men.
Even, it's all about the right time, not the right woman for them.
Yeah.
So even though
Yeah.
Jason kind of hinted at Chriselle being like the love of his life, that
Yeah.
wasn't enough for him to be like, I'm ready to settle down.
Yeah.
Because of his professional
Yeah.
placement.
Yeah, you reminded me of a specific sentence that haunted me. And that was when Brett and Jason both said, if we have kids, if I have a kid, it needs to be like in vitro. What was that? In vitro?
Yeah.
It needs to be, yeah, because we need to make sure that it's a female because we don't trust the Oppenheim male genes.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That
was
like,
interesting.
haunts me.
That was
What does
weird.
that mean?
Like, do they both really think that they're so fucked up? Like,
Right?
They
Are they
must
talking
be.
about the fucked up stuff? Are they talking about the fact that they're short, bald men? What's the tea? Apparently, they both like had troubled childhoods and teen years where they got like arrested and shit.
I'm not surprised.
but do they not trust themselves enough to think that they
Yeah.
Parents?
would exactly?
I don't know,
I
but
feel
it
like
haunted
that
me.
is a really large portion of what it is.
But if they're telling themselves that they're so fucked up, no wonder they haven't settled down.
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
know, if you're, it's like,
Well, Brett and his girlfriend with the tattoos, the tattooed Mary, they're not
Yeah.
together anymore.
there you go. Was she Australian?
Yeah.
I was like listening to her accent. Like listening to an Australian accent next to American accents wigs me out so
Same.
much because it makes it sound so different.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Australians talking
so
amongst
stupid.
Australians is like so, but like an Australian talking amongst Americans, I'm like, seems fake.
Yeah.
This is gross.
I completely agree. It's a made up language.
Yeah. Okay, are we going to talk about Chriselle
Whoa.
and G-Flip?
Oh, that's
we
right.
can, but I have one more thing to do before
Yes.
the reunion. And I mean, the only thing worth talking about at the reunion is that. Is Christine not showing up to the reunion
Oh my
fucking sealed the deal with my new opinion of her.
so annoying.
The fact
So
that she
annoying.
would have the balls to be so fucking cowardly
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not show up and fucking face the repercussions for her actions pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on reality TV. You can't just not go.
And what pissed me off the most
Yeah.
is that she lied about having COVID to not show up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amanda had COVID. She zoomed in for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I know. Oh
Not
my
even-
god,
She got all
I felt
dolled up
so
for
bad.
2 lines or 2
Really?
sentences.
I felt so
I
bad
thought they were
for
going to
her.
keep bringing her back in. Because, I mean, she's like, yeah, I've been in
3 hours.
Make
I
up
was like-
for 2 lines.
Oh
I know.
my God.
Iconic.
I felt real bad
At
for
least
her.
have her on a screen in the background
Right.
or
I thought
something.
that's what they were
going
gonna
to
do.
Yeah.
But no, Christine lied fucking about having COVID, proved
Yeah.
positive. She was just on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen and essentially admitted it because she got caught up in her own lie.
Yeah.
And the tea is that she says she tested positive on. They filmed it on a Sunday. I think it was like Easter Sunday. They filmed it on the Sunday. She tested positive on the Saturday, so she couldn't go. On the Tuesday, she was out in public with Melissa Gorga from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, filming another reality thing.
Disgusting.
I think
Terrible.
that's disgusting that after 2 years of pandemic, she would lie
Yeah.
about having COVID.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then she just wouldn't show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really annoyed me that she didn't show up because I was like, at the end of the day, like whether real estate or being on the show is your job, it's a job.
Yeah.
Either like, and
Yeah.
I feel like the thing is that you've gotten a career from this. You at least deserve to fucking say, I'm not coming back anymore. That's why I'm not going to be in. I would be more sympathetic if she said, look, it's already been made clear to me that I'm not coming back for another season, so I don't feel comfortable coming back to the reunion.
Yeah.
I would understand that. But then the fact that she just straight up ghosted really pissed me
Yeah.
off.
Gross.
Fair.
And then obviously lying about COVID.
Yeah, the tea is that she was probably meant to come back for
Yeah.
another season, and there was probably going to be a storyline about her cryptocurrencies, real estate, competing with the Oppenheim Group and stuff. But she just went on a podcast and burned all of her bridges.
Oh, did she?
Oh,
She
shit.
exposed all of the salaries. She said I don't want to talk about this too much because I don't know how sensitive it is, but she accused the creator of the show, Adam DeVello, of sexual misconduct
Really?
and abusive behavior on set, and that he's banned from being on, he's not allowed on set, he's not allowed to be in a room alone with the women.
Wow.
I don't know how true any of that is.
Oh my.
They all seem to still be
God.
supporting him on social media and stuff, so I don't know how true it is, but I won't talk about that. So she accused the creator of sexual misconduct and harassment.
I want to know what all their salaries are.
Yeah, me too.
She claims she's the highest paid.
Of course she does.
I mean,
She said there was 3 tiers, and she tried to get them to unionize to all be on the highest tier, but the thirstier girl, in her words, the thirsty girls accepted the lowest tier, so that created a difference in pay. They couldn't all unionize to say, I want the highest pay. Anyway.
I didn't realize they got paid a base salary at all. I would have thought it was entirely commission.
yeah, that's what I would have thought. Especially comms that big.
Yeah.
It usually is like.
I'm talking about for the show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no.
Wow. Okay.
They get paid to be on the show.
Right.
Oh
yeah,
my
sure, but that's not what I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh,
so
in-
for like
in that
Real
case,
Housewives,
like-
they get like $5,000 an episode or 10
Yeah,
an episode.
I'm really not surprised that it's
Seems
like that.
highest,
I'm
yeah.
really not surprised, and I'm not surprised that there is a lower tier, and that the fact that she's all like, "Oh yeah, for the thirsty girls, bitch." Are you joking me?
Also,
As if Chriselle's not on the same tier as her anyway. She's
Oh,
the main
yeah.
fucking character.
And also, it's like, of course, like when they're first coming onto the show.
Yeah.
They're gonna accept less. It's like, what would you rather?
Yeah.
Be paid a little bit less than the women that have been paved the way for this show, so you can actually be a part of the cast, it can launch your career, or not be on the show at all.
Yeah, it's really true.
I agree.
And I mean, I don't agree with it. I think they should
Yeah.
be paid
I
equal,
agree.
but
yeah, but I know what you mean. And no offense, this is going to sound really mean, but Vanessa's not worth whatever base pay you're paying her for the show. The lowest, if she's on the lowest tier of pay, she's not worth it. She contributes nothing.
Well, she's not doing the same work that Christine is.
The only iconic scene she had was her boyfriend fake proposing.
Oh
to her
my God, that
with
was
a
so
promise
fucking
ring.
funny.
Awkward.
And that was
So
the joke was
awkward.
on her.
And
Yeah.
my reaction was the exact same reaction to the girls standing by.
Same.
Is she engaged?
Yeah.
Is
What's the
this?
tea?
It was so awkward, and the fact that he did it right there.
Yeah,
like, why
there's
not
something sus
just
about
walk
him.
her outside?
Yeah.
And like that's so awkward.
I think he was just thirsty to be on camera.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's such an awkward position to be put in because everyone expects her to be engaged and then she has to go back and say, no, it's just a promise ring. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, that's a big deal. But
Delivered
this-
in that way.
because of the context, it
Or
has
his.
to be just a promise ring. It's all around
yeah.
wild situation.
So awkward.
We are now going to talk about the final thing, and that is Chriselle and G-Flip.
Oh, yes.
So crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't really have a lot to say. My real takeaway from it is that the audience reaction kind of made me sad and depressed.
Yeah.
That they were so quick to dismiss someone's sexuality. A lot of
were they?
There's been a lot of support, but there's been a lot of backlash.
A lot of heteronormative, like, well, you said you wanted babies.
It's casual
Yeah.
homophobia.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
casual homophobia.
Literally.
No, nothing says that she can't fucking have kids with
Yeah.
a non-binary rapper
Yeah.
from
Because
Australia.
G-Flip, for all we know, could love kids, could really
Wanna
want to
have
have
kids
kids.
already,
Because
yeah.
the thing is, it's with Jason and Chriselle, it wasn't that biologically they could have kids. That's not it. She's not saying, I need
Yep.
to biologically have a child. She's just
Yep.
saying, I want to have a family.
Yeah.
And Jason didn't want that.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, and I also, I don't know, it made me sad that people discounted her sexuality.
Yeah.
See, my biggest thing about the whole I was like, oh, I didn't realize that she was dating anybody else, but that's wild.
See, I don't know what it was like. Did you guys know about it before the reunion?
No.
I had been on the Reddit and had for weeks been seeing these,
Yeah.
like, paparazzi pics of them holding hands and stuff in public, and everyone
Right.
being like, guys, I don't think Rochelle's straight.
Yeah.
But so I kind of had an idea. I just didn't think it would be brought up at the reunion. So what was it like hearing about it for the first time like that?
I was more shocked that she was seeing somebody else than about
Yeah.
Interesting.
who it was.
Yeah. To me, it felt like one thing that made me really uncomfortable was that they plugged the music video.
Yeah.
Jason is sitting there,
Oh my
tears
God.
still in his
Yeah.
eyes, and they're just making out. And it's not who it was. It's just, it would have been awkward no matter who that person was.
Yeah.
It could have been Justin Bieber. It could have been Harry Styles. Like, I just think that was so uncomfortable. Like, for her to go on there and plug the music video, like,
Well, and just
Knowing how reality TV works, I think Netflix made her.
oh
I
yeah,
don't think,
yeah.
that's fair.
It-
don't think
felt
Rochelle went there with the
uncomfortable.
intent. You could tell she was uncomfortable talking about it in the first place. She said, Tan, I don't want to talk about it. And he kept pushing, and eventually...
Which he was asking very uncomfortable
He
questions.
was a couple of times. I was like, "That's too deep.
Yeah.
That's a lot." You can see that they're crying. Back off.
Yeah.
I've watched probably like 50 seasons of Real Housewives,
Yes.
where they have 3-episode reunions each season. So I was maybe a little bit more desensitized to questions like that. They ask worse questions on Housewives.
Really?
Everyone online was pissed off that Tan was asking if anyone had dipped into the lady pool. And I was like, that's tame.
Yeah.
I thought it was iconic.
I thought it was iconic. I thought that Tan France did quite a good job.
Oh, I totally agree. I just feel like it's probably less about Tan and more just about like reality TV in general and social media. But I just think it's so insensitive to be looking at someone who is genuinely upset and crying like Jason and to keep pushing. That would just never happen in real life, you know? So it's just really uncomfortable and gross to watch. Like his grief be televised for our enjoyment, you know?
Yeah.
I just think that after the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 2, Taylor domestic abuse.
Oh,
suicide
my God.
plotline,
Oh.
That was
I
wild.
just, and then the reunion as well for that. I don't think I'm shocked.
Yeah. See, I've
Yeah.
never seen any Real Housewives. I've never seen any of that. So for me,
That
I
was
thought
disgusting.
it was very, like, I thought, like, I love Tan,
Yeah.
but I was like, wow, that was intense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I also think he let his personal opinions go in too much, but
yeah.
That's fair.
whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I love Chriselle figuring out her sexuality at the age of 40.
So true. So true.
And also, I'm happy that Chriselle is being like, you don't have to
Label.
have a baby in your 20s. If you want to do that in your 40s, by all means, you can adopt. You can still want those things. You can date whoever the heck you want and want those things. And I think it's a really powerful thing.
Yeah. And I feel like I was really, really proud of her for straight up saying to Jason, it's okay if you don't want kids, but just so you know, that's a deal breaker for me.
Yes.
Like, we're going to we have to.
Yeah.
Because that's something that I feel like women.
I think neither of them were in the wrong. I think
Oh,
it
no,
was-
for sure. But
absolutely.
it's so
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
uncommon
saying
for
that's what you're
women to
saying, yeah.
have that self-awareness until
Yeah.
they're 40 and it's too late. So I just
Yeah.
felt it was really nice for Chriselle to be like, no, this is where it's at. This is the line. And I'm saying it out loud and this is it.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, Maya.
That was sad.
Oh my gosh.
That was fucking brutal.
That was so shocking to me because I just assumed because I wasn't really following them on social media.
Yeah.
So I just assumed that she must have had the baby. It's been a bit. It's been time since that was filmed, and then when he started asking her about that, I was like, oh my
I know.
gosh,
I
like
know.
what a trooper.
Right. I had to Google what had happened because I had genuinely no
Yeah.
idea. And I was reading the story that as she told it. And I was like, this is brutal. Like
Yeah.
that's oof. Yeah.
So hard.
Again, something that just really should not be televised. Although I will say he was very sensitive
they're
about
aware
that.
of those questions beforehand, like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Like
Ugh.
they agree to talk about it
Ugh.
to a
Yuck.
degree.
Yeah, that's fair. Still.
Yeah, I don't know. That was horrific and sad. I feel like Maya's probably close to being done with the show.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if she came back
Yeah.
for more than like a cameo in the first few episodes.
Yeah, I really like Maya though. She's
too.
one of my favorites.
I'm glad that she was able to keep it up for 5 seasons,
Yeah.
flying
Yeah.
back and forth.
Oh
to
my God.
film and stuff.
Right?
That's insane to
crazy.
me. And I also always kind of got the weird vibes between the dynamic of her and her husband. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What is going on? Like,
Yeah.
why does he have to be in Miami? Why do you have to be in California? That seems very and you're married and you have kids and I mean, I don't know. I guess that could just be my own views of you need
wanna
to
be
live
together,
near each
yeah.
other. So, who knows if that works for them, all the power to them. But I was always a bit like,
There's a lot of pressure on her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 No, I agree. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Hurry up.
Cool. We're going to quickly do our what the fuck of the weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I know you
Okay.
have one.
Yes.
No, I don't
I
have
know
one.
I have one, and she's a little poo head.
I'll come up with one.
My what the fuck of the week this week is people that aren't giving Selling Tampa a chance.
I've never seen it.
The Florida-based
I am one of
Selling
those
Sunset
people.
reunion.
I'm gonna have to
spin-off.
check it out. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
genuinely good. It takes 2 or 3 episodes to get into it, but the episodes are like 25 minutes long.
Iconic.
So they're really digestible, really
Is
easy
it
to watch.
very similar to Selling Sunset? Like same, layout.
Same layout, same font in the title card. But it's different in that this is about a real estate agency that's just starting up.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's all black women, so
Which I love that. Yeah.
that it adds kind of some new dynamics. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about Selling the OC? Did you watch that?
It's not out.
Isn't it?
I'm watching that as soon as it drops.
They
I'm watching
fucking
that
have
when it
been-
drops.
Oh my god, they plugged it for
They plugged it at the
since
end of
the
season
beginning
4.
of season. Yeah, end of season 4.
Yeah. But no, OC comes out soon, I believe. But yeah, give Selling Tampa a chance. The episodes are nice and
I'm going to
short.
check it out. After I
Easy
finish
to
the circle.
digest. So fair. Jordan, what's your what the fuck of the week? Since you have one.
I have one. I have one written in my notes.
My what the fuck of the week is the fucking ad. There's a hole in your budget.
Stop
dear
it.
labor, dear labor.
Literal chills, goosebumps.
It's not
How
going to
much I
be
hate it.
easy under Albanese.
Stop it.
That's my what the fuck of the week.
I'm convinced that they came up with that slogan just because it rhymed.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely.
It's a bad rhyme too.
I hate it. Every time I hear the ad, I want to in Chelsea's words, I want to puke. Hate it.
Oh god,
Yeah.
so fair.
Oh, it's so fucking painful.
Oh my gosh.
fair.
Yeah, and it gets stuck in your head and it's like,
my God,
oh,
it
And the
does.
fact that there's now a dance remix on TikTok making the rounds.
I'm not surprised.
I think it's great. It's creative, but I don't want to hear it in any
Oh my
form.
god, no, right? Oof, yeah,
Hate that.
yeah.
It's good what the fuck of the week.
It is. Okay, mine's a little story.
You're the one who said to hurry up.
Yeah, I know. So it's about Mum
Okay.
and about how she's a stupid idiot.
Oh.
So wait till you hear the story. So the other day we're having dinner, and you know, like tongs with dinner, and you know how they
I've
have.
heard of them.
All right. And you know how they have like that little like clip that goes on the end? Yeah. Anyway, so the clip fell off the tongs. And Mum was like, oh, I'll put it back on. She goes to try and put it back on. She's jamming it on there. It's not working. I'm watching her because there's a really obvious solution. And she's like, I can't figure it out. And I was like, Mum, you've got it the wrong way. You're trying to put the small end over the long end.
You do it from the inside?
No, it was, so it's a rectangle, and she was trying to put the rectangle like the wrong way over the thing. I know. I was
don't
like,
think I'm thinking of what you're thinking of.
I was like, Mum.
Are you thinking about the little pulley thing on the end that keeps them shut?
Yeah, and it came off the end, and then she put it the wrong way around back on. And I was like, you need to go back to preschool and figure out how to put your square blocks into your square holes.
We're getting a tong
not
up
into your triangle.
right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Jordan.
Oh, see, they're only showing the new tongs that have the little pulley thingy at the end. No, come on, we want an old school tong.
Right.
Here we go. Here she is. So I'm assuming you mean
That thing!
that bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I follow.
Yeah.
It
So
came
it's like
off.
it's like a little ring, but it's a square. That just slides on. Yes.
It's a rectangle, and she put the fucking
I
rectangle
see
on.
what you mean.
Yeah.
The wrong way. Yeah. Okay.
Like an idiot. Like she can't figure out
like-
shapes and sizes.
And
Shrimps and labs
she's
can
the
do
reason
that.
why tongs these days look like this.
Yeah. Yeah. But those ones
She
fall
is.
out too.
Do
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or they just kind of stop working after a while. Like it just kind of gets like your tongs just stay open.
Yeah. This week on Tong Hate Club.
All right, good one.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Jordan,
How long have we been going for?
5 hours.
An hour and 56 minutes.
Oh my god, that's not that bad for us.
Yeah. I was like, if it's
true.
over 2 hours, we'll have to split it into 2 episodes, but I think we can slide
Okay.
it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jordan,
Yes.
tell us all your socials. Tell us everything will be linked. The podcast will be linked.
Bless.
Everyone needs to go listen.
Aww. So
Agreed.
you can find me on Instagram at JordanKCreative, and you can listen to my podcast, Mess to Success. She is on a hiatus at the moment, but I'm going to launch season 3, and it's going to be spectacular. So
Wow.
yeah.
Am I next?
If you want to follow Maddie, Lady Alice 101 on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. But really, she doesn't use them. What she uses is at Harness Creation, harnesscreation.com.
On TikTok.
I love that Nick,
Harness Creation on TikTok.
Nick
I
does
know.
yours every time.
Apparently, I take too long, so because I can never
Everything will
remember.
be linked below as usual. If you want to follow the pod, you can at WTFIH Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, but we don't use it, TikTok, YouTube. All links down below as usual. And follow me, NIC_Sushi on TikTok and Twitter.
And Nick has hilarious TikToks as well.
So true.
If you want to read bad takes about RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars and Big Brother, Twitter's the place.
bad takes are iconic.
I just
takes.
like laughed a little bit because I thought of your TikTok. Like, there's the shore.
So fucking funny.
It's like that
funny.
meme of when you're like sitting in public and you remember a joke that like someone
Yeah,
told you.
yeah.
That's I just had one of those moments. I was like, it's just so funny.
It's
just such a
so
funny
well
TikTok.
executed. Oh,
Oh,
god,
so
Yep,
good.
Have a good.
Is there?
It's so funny. Okay. Thank you so
Thank you much for listening to What the Fuck's Happening in the podcast.
And thank you, Jordan.
Yay!